Sit down. Everybody remain seated where you are.
Hey, man, so you put me on?
Yeah.
Then why isn't alcohol made illegal? Flowers and grass. Like juice freaks get hangers and cirrhosis in the liver. Besides, grass doesn't have it for me like alcohol. Besides, that cigarette much worse. Right, man. What much you want?
And quit. We'll have a party. There's nothing wrong with grass. Yeah. 1,000 times. You'll never go to Harder Club.
Don't take any films of me. You're not going to use them anyway.
Well, speak your mind then.
Okay, I will. No one has the right to tell me what I can do with my own body, what I can eat, drink, or smoke. This is a free country, and no one has the right to take away my constitutional rights.
It's the Hoosier Sophisticate Show. Question all the things that you know. Steve likes the weed. Steve likes the weed. Tell you about DMT. The DMT. Hoosier Sophisticate Show. The Hoosier Sophisticate Show. Hoosiers with the dream. Sophisticated blasphemy. It's the Hoosier Sophisticate Show. Question all the things that you know. So let's set our minds free for the singularity. It's the Hoosier Sophisticate Show. The Hoosier Sophisticate Show.
Good morning, friends. Join us and start your day with a gentle meditation from Hoosier Sophisticate. Let us all remember, we are only as good as our last breath. Find yourself in a comfortable seated position. Use whatever seated, relaxing position makes you feel comfortable, whatever makes you feel at ease and is completely pain-free. Take your time to get comfortable, and when you're ready, open your chest. Sit up nice and tall. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Close your eyes and breathe. Feel free to lay your arms down softly on your thighs. Once you find your moment, take some deep breath in through your nose and exhale out your mouth. If you need some extra tool to enhance your meditation, try putting binaural beats on in the background when you sit in these moments of gratitude. Now take some time to focus on the world around you and feel gratitude. Feel the magic that is embracing you. Feel the energy of this safe place. Embrace yourself, your mind, your body, your emotion. This is a place where you need to stop, a place where you just have to feel and work with your own light. Nourish your passions, nourish what you love, and find what feels right. Feel the warm light of the candles surrounding you, having your back. showing you the light and the path in a gentle, caring way. Live the present without obsession by being connected all the time. Really feel yourself. You can enjoy the small things you have, and that you don't need anything else. You already have everything you need to make the most of your time here. Even if you feel some negative emotions, and you don't feel the calm and the peace you want to have in your life, be grateful. You more than others can feel. Feel the world around you, your emotions, the bad and the good. You can feel everything at its best. You have a house, a place you can call home, a place where you can shut the world out and just focus on your real world, the world made up of the things you love, the things you care of, the things making you happy. Feel its warmth, feel the energy around you, feel its vibes, its positivity, its lively energy surrounding you. Having your back, becoming a sacred place where you can get back to something familiar, something you know so well, a nice known place where you can relax. In this moment of pure connection, you finally open yourself up to what's beside you. All the incredible, amazing things you usually cannot see because of the crazy rhythm of your daily life and routine. Now it's the time to be thankful for all you have, acknowledging all those things and the way they make you feel. You got this. Feel the gratitude and acknowledge everything around you. Ignore the endless quest of searching for something you don't have. You are exactly where you need to be.
Are you ready for your morning motivation? You can do anything. Good work this morning, man.
Thanks, buddy.
Now time to get that shit out of here.
Thanks,
get that
buddy.
breathing shit out of here.
Get that breathing shit out of here.
If you haven't careened off the road yet, what's your problem? You weren't listening to my dude over here.
That's
okay?
exactly
You
right,
weren't listening
Jack.
to my dude. If you
That's
didn't,
exactly right, Jack.
If you're not centered, controlled right now, right here in this space, I don't know what the hell is wrong with you. You got issues.
What are you doing, bud?
To figure it out. Morning, motivation. That's what they say, right?
Yep, that's right.
Maybe you've heard of a little gal named Malala Yousafzai.
I've heard of Malala
Have ya?
Yousafzai so much that you named your freaking cat.
Cat, that's
after
who
her,
I'm
bud.
talking about. I'm not talking about the person. I'm talking about my cat.
Fair enough.
Okay?
Fair enough.
I named my cat Malala. It seems a little ridiculous now.
It's
but
completely
that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But here's the story about Malala. She's a little girl, 12, 13 years old, maybe 11. Yeah. She decides she wants to go to school in the Middle East, okay? She's from Pakistan. I don't know if this happened in Pakistan or Afghanistan. She's on a bus to school, right? ISIS finds out that she's trying to teach little girls stuff, okay?
I don't think so, Jacqueline.
Yeah, I don't think so. You don't want girls to learn stuff either? That's
No
where I thought
way.
you were going. I thought you were on ISIS's side
Yeah,
for a second.
well, that's what I was
How
saying. I
dare
am.
women?
I am saying that.
Okay, I thought so.
Yes.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
So they come in on a school bus and they're like blacka 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 just everywhere.
Very seriously, yeah.
Very seriously. Shot her and her friends. Her friends end up dying. She gets shot in the face, lives. Now she's dedicated her entire life to getting girls educated, okay? Yes, I know she's from Pakistan, Sarah Moeller. I'm the one talking right now. I just didn't know if the incident happened in Pakistan or if it happened in Afghanistan. Okay? Sarah Know-It-All Moeller. Is that her nickname on the damn show? I'm kidding.
She is one of the smartest people.
That's terrible that I've gotten to a battle of words.
Yeah, you do not want to get in a
It's
battle
dumb
of wits with that
That's
gal.
what I do. That's what I do.
You don't want to do that.
I'm like, yeah, I'm going to kick that guy's ass. They're like, Steve, that guy had an MMA
He's
fight
a
last
world
night."
champion kickboxer.
I'm like, yeah, fuck him. Fuck that guy. Everybody has a bad day. Everybody, and this is going to be a...
There we go.
So guess what? If Malala can keep going after getting shot in the head by ISIS, I think you guys can get out of bed 15 minutes earlier and fucking do some shit. You know, I don't know.
Get something done.
I don't know.
Get something done. Steve, I've flubbed.
Oh, you got to drink out of the end that's open.
That usually helps. I flubbed up, bud. I flubbed up yesterday.
What'd you do, man? I love you too, Sarah Mole.
Well, for the life, do not get in a battle of wits with her.
I know. I just said I loved her just to make it.
That gal is checking
put it out.
brain surgeons and heart surgeon and FDA officials all day long. She is a bad mamma jamma.
You ever met a Russell Crowe beautiful mind like this, bud? I just sucked down CBD.
A couple of times. She was at the playground yesterday. She met a couple people.
That's probably why she's watching. She's like, man, I never seen a brain like his. That guy's got the most cum jokes in his
Someone
head.
needs to do a study.
Study him.
On his brain.
Study him. Oh, we're killing her. Sorry, Sarah. We didn't mean to.
Dude, waking up an extra hour or two early makes your day so much more.
You're right, Dennison. And you know what Dennison does?
He makes native hemp extract.
He makes native hemp extract.
And if you're not taking these 1,800 milligrams of total cannabinoid goodness made in Pike County, Illinois, stop being an asshole.
Yeah, you're just a dumb idiot.
You're a dumb, stupid idiot.
You're a stupid, dumb idiot.
Go buy this CBD right now. And if you can either go to Native Hemp Extract's website or you can go to Hoosier Sophisticate. We'll take you right there. Go to HoosierSophisticate.com. You click on the Native Hemp Extract tab. And then it's going to take you to Native Hemp site where you can enter the code HOSO at checkout, and it's going to give you an extra 30% off. You not doing this makes me question whether or not you're smart enough to be my friend.
They don't love us enough.
You don't love us if you don't spend money with Dennis.
The first person to get a bottle of native hemp is our best friend.
Dennison, tell us.
Whoever orders the first bottle of native hemp gets to be our best friend for a day.
For a whole day.
A whole day. Yep. We'll ignore you just like we ignore each other.
We will rub lotions on you. We will sing you songs.
Sure.
We will.
Who doesn't like songs?
We will make a nice charcuterie board of cold cuts and cheap cheeses.
Are there people who don't like songs?
Saltine crackers.
Yeah, I am into it, man. I like cheese and crackers and grapes.
If I was on death row, bud, death row meal,
30% off anything right now, y'all. Anything. What does that mean? You know, get some more products, dude.
Yeah. Anything, pal.
30% off hand job.
If I was on death row and I was like, and they were like, "Hey man, what do you want for your last meal?" And I'm like, "Oh man, there's so many good things. I want a truckload
native hemp
of cheese and crackers."
Oh, okay.
But I'll take some native hemp with it too. Put a little bit on my cracker,
Weird.
throw the cheese on top of it. It'd be a great little way to get my cannabinoids. It'd be a great little way to encourage homeostasis within my endocannabinoid system.
And then you probably get in the electric chair, and the electric chair starts
It
going
wouldn't
off,
even
and you're
work.
like,
I got so much. Is that all you got, pussy?
CBN, pussy. So that's what
Steve, I really flubbed it up yesterday.
Ooh,
bud.
that means whatever you want.
And-
Bud. Can we do karate? I don't know. Why don't you tell us, Nick Kelly? Because we're reading off the text line. If you guys want to sponsor the text line,
What's up, Big B?
if you guys want to sponsor the text line, let us know. Okay?
Yeah, because
we got
right now,
sponsorship
Bundren
open.
Property Group. Bundren Property Group, pal.
Yeah, I love those
they
guys,
give
pal.
us what happened today in history. And
We're already digging into that.
first one kind of shit the bed.
You did.
Not my fault. Not my fault. The site that we use, for some reason, at 7 p.m. the day before, already flips over to the other day. So I'm going to give you a famous birthday to start the day. Today would have been John Gerard Kohler's 67th birthday. And so you guys are welcome for all that he did.
Hell yeah. He's got a lineage. A lineage.
And I'll bet he
man.
didn't even know that on
I
his
bet he
birthday.
did. I bet
Well,
he did.
He probably did.
He
was
probably
a-
did. He seemed like
He
that
was
type
a
of guy.
wealth of just knowledge.
He seemed like that type of guy who would know.
I bet he didn't even know that Nero succeeded Uncle Claudius. Murdered by his wife as the new emperor of Rome. So, but since we went over these last night, I'm going to give you.
Was Nero the wild card? Burned everything down.
Nero was
played
the
his
one
fiddle as Rome's burning.
Yep.
Is he the last emperor of the?
Roman
is that what they
Empire?
call? Is it?
Probably about right, 54 AD. I don't know. Nah.
It had to be the downfall, because they had that age, and I love the name of it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull it from my brain. I may.
Romulus Augustus was the last Roman Empire.
What year? It doesn't say. No, there's a time of, like they have prima nocta. There was a time of peace in Rome.
What does that have to do with prima
Well, it's
nocta?
just a name like prima nocta. You know what I mean? And I'm a big fan. So it'll come to me. It'll come on me. But it's a time, Pax Romana.
Look at
time
you
of
go.
peace in the Roman Empire. I don't know
Roman
what that's
Empire, the last Roman emperor was the year 402 AD. They had a nice little run. Bud. And you know what came
Yeah, they
in?
did.
Some Krauts came in, kicked them right upside the head.
The Krauts have been getting bucks since the dawn of time. That's
Just a bunch of
Germania.
barbs.
Just
Angry barbs.
They were talking about. On Joe Rogan. Sorry, I had a bubble in my
What are you,
throat.
Stitch?
Pax Romana. Thank you, Dennis Nenninger. But my brain already beat you to it, bro.
Oh, I got a little ditty from Dennis Nenninger loaded into the stream deck today. It's not a new one. It's just a little throwback to the days of old.
I can only get so erect, Craig.
I know.
And when you tell me that,
Bud, I know.
my brain starts losing blood because all of it starts going to my fucking hog, man. My big old hog. Okay, all the blood.
how are you
I don't have so
standing
much
right
blood.
When I came in this
I'm
morning,
leaning on it. Oh shit!
Easy.
Sorry.
Sorry,
right?
Jesus.
I took the table
He's
down.
excited.
I'm excited.
His morning motivation got him.
Yes, exactly.
Um,
What motivates you?
my kids, my wife.
Do they really?
Yeah, a little bit.
Do they? Yeah, I guess so. That sounded good.
A little bit.
Is it like when you're having trouble being motivated? Is there anything you can go to?
Mudvayne.
Music is a good one.
It depends. Like, what am I getting pumped for?
Just something.
Yeah.
Just you're losing motivation. You know you got shit to do. Fun or not fun.
I like to, some people they really have a skill for like motivation in the mornings.
Yeah.
Like
Me?
Eric Thomas,
Thank
Les Brown,
Little Diddy.
Jack Canfield.
By Jack and Diane.
Anyway, that's pretty much it. That's
You left one very important name off that list, and I'm gonna forget.
Abraham Hicks.
Yep, that's the one I was looking.
That was
That's
the
the one I
one
was looking. Thank
you
you.
were looking for. Buddy, so since I kind of screwed the pooch
Your
yesterday,
day is ruined.
it really did. No, I'm just they don't know. They don't know any better. I was
Yeah,
like,
you didn't even have
I was
to
like,
tell
what,
them.
What could I do that they wouldn't recognize? Like I probably shouldn't tell them that on this day in history, Columbus discovered the Bahamas.
It was the
because
Bahamas.
it was actually yesterday. But
Oh,
I
that
gave
was
them all the,
yesterday.
I gave them all the stuff for today. Yesterday was Columbus Day. Whatever.
It was.
Indigenous Peoples Day. Whatever.
Oh yeah. We gotta do that whole thing again.
Yeah, sure.
We're gonna go through that whole thing again.
We gotta drum. Yeah, we have to live with the atrocities of our past that have ultimately led us to where we are today.
Good call.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I'm glad it's Indigenous Peoples Day, and I've been trying to find books. There's a book. It's like the Encyclopedia of Native American Shamanism, and another book written by the same guy. Because I'm very interested now in. I love Peru.
You want to read The Way of the Shaman?
Is that North American?
It's
Because right now I'm
South
trying.
American, Central American.
No, see, I'm trying to look dead North American.
Okay.
I'm trying to stay above the Mason-Dixon
I don't think
line.
you're trying to. No, I don't think that's
No,
where
that's
you're trying
not
to be.
okay. Equator, So
Border that God made between us and Mexico, is that where you're trying to stay?
damn
bud?
right, the Rio Grande.
Is you trying to stay
above
above
the Rio
God's
Grande
border?
Yeah,
Is that where
sure.
you're trying? Okay.
Yeah, that sounds
it ain't
good.
that hard to find, Jack. There's a wall.
God's
built
wall.
across this God's wall.
They didn't actually
protecting
build that thing,
God's
did
country.
they? They didn't build that thing, did they?
No, I mean they're just wasting
they
money.
have one
It
there.
costs infinity dollars and will never be finished.
Oh, here we are. Here come all the Leif Erikson
Erikson
people.
experts.
Here we
It's
go.
all-
Everybody's a Leif Erikson.
what the Vikings
He got to New York, Hudson River Valley, actually. Went all the way in there. They got relics of Vikings up there. They used to eat
Amanita Iscariot. What's the name of the mushroom? Amanita
Muscariot.
Muscariot. I always call it Judas Iscariot.
Okay, don't do that.
I shouldn't do that.
That's
That's
a
wrong.
person.
That's wrong.
That's a person.
Well,
the other
well.
thing is a mushroom, which also might be a person.
Was he a person?
We don't know.
Or was he a demon?
We don't.
I don't know.
Full Choctaw. That's down in Oklahoma territory.
Oh,
I'm an Indian outlaw. I could see Big V just sitting in his wigwam, beating on his tom tom. Nothing but his buffalo briefs on.
Oh, I imagine that often.
A Big V? 100%.
Every guy I meet.
But especially Big V.
But especially Big V.
Yeah,
that
you
would
could
be
sell
real
it.
nice. I had a Native American. We had to do a report in grade school. Everyone picked a tribe.
What was your tribe? I can tell you mine.
I don't know. I was so into them. I learned about all of them just because, like, Jenny was amazed because I can tell you what kind of houses they lived in and about approximately where.
You still pretty good with it?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. You could test me. I could do pretty good. You could test me.
What did the Pueblo Indians live in?
Oh, come on. Come on.
No, I'm asking.
Adobe homes made of mud and clay. What about what about the upper Northwest? You know what they lived in?
No, I don't.
Wigwams.
Wigwam.
You know what the upper Northeast, Algonquins and the Iroquois?
What are
they
the
lived?
Algonquins and
They lived in
Iroquois?
longhouses. Because there's always kind of a deal like which tribe would you want to kind of be a part of? The longhouses were kind of cool. You had this long house, very sturdy, safe from the elements, and you all got to live in there together. Pretty sweet. The Native Americans from the plains, you know, like, what? Shoshone, Bannock Indians. Well, really, I mean, the Seminoles from Florida. You got the Blackfoot, I think, which were from.
Blackfoot, that's what supposedly.
I think they're a little bit northern
Blackfoot
plains.
Sioux, you're looking in the Dakotas.
Yeah, northern plains area.
Maybe in Wisconsin. A little
Sioux
bit.
had a big old territory. I was reading about how the Cherokee had these two kings at one point, two chiefs at one point. One was very Cherokee with all the traditions. The other one was part Irish and didn't speak any Cherokee. And it was during the time of the Trail of Tears. There's a book about it. I was reading the because I was on Audible trying to download the Holographic Universe. It's not on there for Audible. It's some other. I downloaded the Holographic Universe on there, and it's some preacher going
This is
ham.
Michael Talbot. I'll bring you the.
I know. It was a different guy on there. But so this chick comes in to do her report, and we made Kachina dolls. I told you that story about Adam Loesch and the Kachina doll, didn't I?
No.
Oh my God. Okay, so I'll get to that. This girl gets up there to do her report. We're all doing these reports.
Fellow Deeds had a Blackfoot.
Yeah, he did. You hit it. I love when he stabbed it. He's like, oh, I'm just kidding. That's great. Adam Sandler.
Very
mwah.
sneaky, sir.
Did you watch that Herbie Halloween?
Haven't yet.
No,
I will.
Halloween. Okay.
I will.
Yeah. Okay, so she gets up there. We all give our reports, and we have to say a little piece and do something. Probably not good. Probably not good what the teacher had us do. Dress up, and I don't know. I still remember it. She gets up there, hits play on our little. You know how we used to have those little boom boxes. It was a little one though.
Yeah.
Not nothing huge.
Sure.
She had a little one. Starts playing. Doom 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 doom. Her report was she got up there and sang that song.
Talking about half Cherokees and Choctaws. She sang.
My baby, she's a Chippewa.
That's not
She's
true.
a one. her name was Jessie. 1,000,000% she did that. She got up and sang the song. My teacher gave her an A because she loved Tim McGraw. Okay? She thought it was the best report on Native Americans she had ever heard in her life, bud. In her life, bud. Okay? Yeah, so that was fun. And then, okay, so later on, I'm probably 5th grade. I have a couple good buddies. We go to each other's house all the time. The Bensons, Matt Shipp, Adam Walsh was going to our school at the time. I'll tell the story, Adam Walsh. Tell his whole name. He,
in the group, isn't he?
Yeah. He tells, we all have to make Kachina dolls. Craig, can you pull up a Kachina doll on there and then put it on the the screen?
Go ahead, tell your story.
Yeah, okay. And I have this too if you need this. If you want to do this. We got so many screens. We can control the screen. This thing's. Oh, I'm moving you. I'm moving you like a complete asshole. So we have to build Kachina dolls. And for those of you who don't know what a Kachina doll is, I'm going to have Craig pull it up on the screen right now. So if you're watching from home, if you're listening on Periscope, you can come back to this on YouTube or Twitch or Twitter or Periscope or Facebook or any of them. We might even put some stuff on Instagram. I don't know. You can just go to that. That's pretty much, that's a really good picture right there.
Trying to get it. There we go.
So what a Kachina doll is, and I think this is the, I want to say the Northwest, like Pacific Indians would make these Native Americans. And what they are is little relics, or I don't quite know the exact history of them, but we had to make them.
Sun-faced Kachinas. There's all
we had to
kinds of
make. They were the
different
totem pole builders up there too. So very fascinating. I used to love them because they lived in a rainforest, had wigwams, made totem poles. Very cool. That's where I was thinking the shamanism might be coming from, because that's our only rainforest. So they make these Kachina dolls. I make one. My mom helps me. We go to Michael's. We get a toilet paper holder. Put it all together, feathers, kind of looked like that one. I remember it had a beak and it was eagle, and I was like, this thing is dope, dude. I went all out for that stuff. My mom
too.
really
I
helped
was
me.
with that. I was with it too.
It was.
Yeah.
I wanted to have the best one there. Kevin Benson and I are playing. It's probably got to be turned in on Monday or something. We're playing at Loshi's house for the weekend. Just a couple South City ruffians getting together. Well, there's a situation there where it's real old school, where Adam would get to sit in his front and his mom would sit in the back. Like the dad just kind of ran shit like that. The dad just kind of ran it like that. Just as a kid, you're like, that's kind of weird, but you don't really know what's actually going on. You don't know what's going on. We still don't know what's going on. Fuck Instagram. So then I remember he comes downstairs. We spend the night at his house. We're sitting in his living room, and he shows us. He goes, man, my mom got done with my Kachina doll last night. You want to check it out? Yeah, sure, man. You didn't, my mom made it for me. His mom was some sort of Renaissance-like sculptress, okay? She had formed, I don't know if it was out of Play-Doh or modeling clay.
No way the teacher was gonna.
Oh, I don't know.
Buy it?
Maybe.
Okay.
But this thing was clay. It was as intricate as that one, if not more. If not more. Sure. Colors, and I'm talking the perfect like light blues and reds. Mm-hmm. And actually those might have been from the Southwest now that I think about it. He's like, what do you guys think? His mom's standing there and she's like brimming with pride.
She's
like,
proud.
She's like, what do you guys think? And Benson and I are sitting there going, wow, this is the most amazing Kachina doll I've ever. No one's going to do better than this. Did you get this out of a history museum, Jack? Because this seems like a real Kachina doll. He goes, yeah, you think so? Grabs it, starts mashing it up, mashes it up, bro.
What? Why?
I don't know. To this day, I don't. Just dumb shit we did as kids. What? Dumb shit. You've done dumb stuff. Come on,
I've always had a hard time.
You've done dumb stuff.
I did a lot of dumb stuff, but I always had a hard time like destroying like cool things.
Psyches, because you have no problem destroying.
I'll break your psyche.
Yeah, you'll do that.
You better. But I'm not gonna take something that you traded time you can't get back. I'm not going to do that.
You have a code.
I have a code. It's important.
You're Anton Sugar. You just have a code to live by. You may be a worst.
It's important. Man's
He
got to have a
balls it
code,
up
man.
into a ball.
Man.
And we're in the kitchen, and they have the stairs that go up, so you can see the stairwell. You could see somebody walking up the steps.
Yeah.
He takes it, and he Whitey Fords this sumbitch.
Rest in peace.
Right? Yeah, I know. Right in the no.
No, he didn't.
No. And it hits the wall in this brown, multicolored, perfect circle that smashes into the wall and sticks to the wall. Never forget it. Never forget how it stuck to the wall. And Loshi was an athlete, bud. Better athlete than Benson. Really, he was huge, big, strong, great. He chucks that thing. And his mom, God love her, she's just like,
Oh, that breaks my heart.
I know, right? So
That
if
breaks
anyone
my
sees
heart.
Adam Walsh, tell him about that.
Tell him, your mom is still heartbroken.
Tell him you're disappointed in him.
Like, I wish you would have treated your mother better.
Oh, it was funny.
I can't remember the name of the book that we read in...
Ricky Tikki Tembo, No So Rembo, Cherry Berry Bucci, Pip Berry Pembo. That one was a great book, bud.
No, but my mom used to sing that all.
Really?
Yes.
Are you okay? Because I feel like it triggered something.
There's just like these parallels between our childhood that are really weird for me.
really weird. No one else read that book.
Weird. Ricky Tikki Tumbo, No So Rumbo, Adi Badi Bosco.
Cherry Berry Bucci.
Or it was like
Pip Berry
Adi Badi Bosco.
Pembo.
I don't know.
Look it up.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
We had this group project where I can't remember the name of the book, and it's driving me crazy.
Maniac
but
McGee?
it was like this. I don't know. This pioneer kid is befriended by a native kid, and oh man, I can't remember. Whatever. We had to build models for this story.
Okay.
And Chad Hayflinger was always very artistic. Ray was a pretty good artist. And it was like four of us came together. And
you built like weird science,
the cabin.
a model.
Yeah, we built a cabin, okay? And this thing was like, it was a to-scale Lincoln log. I mean, it had, the terrain it was a badass. Ray really helped us on this.
Yeah.
Like, we went all out. Schaefer's Hobby Shop, we're grabbing all the goods. Like, this thing was one of the dopest projects I've ever been a part of. We turned in, we get a phenomenal, like, whatever, like we were really juiced.
Hey, what's better than an A?
Whatever. You got something better than an A, give it to him. Did a good job. I remember the following year, we get called into, this thing was so cool that, like, it had a place, like, in Chad's room when we were done with it. It was that awesome, We get called into the office a year later. We have no idea there's a million things what we could probably be in trouble for, being the kids that we are. Cussing while playing fuzzball outside of the convent.
Yes.
Whatever. Who knows why?
Who knows who ratted on you doing some
We are
stupid
being
crap.
accused of being a part of this big cheating scandal. And we're like, what? And they're like, did you think?
Ray's sitting in the office like,
Yeah, Ray's like, they got us,
They
boys.
got us, boys.
Zip it. Fucking zip it. Don't rat. We're a part of this big cheating scandal. Did you think that we weren't going to find out? And I'm like, about what exactly? I'm not certain what we need to be afraid of you finding out. Apparently, one of Chad's sister's friends. You got to remember that Resurrection's got like 100 kids in it total.
Yeah.
Kindergarten through 8th grade, there's maybe 100 kids. We turned in this thing, whatever, in 5th grade, 6th grade. I think it was 5th grade. It was 6th grade. The following year, one of the 8th graders who was like his sister's friend, takes this cabin out of Chad's room and turns it in.
Oh, no.
As her own project.
No, she did not.
She 100% did.
Like they weren't going to remember
Like they weren't
going
to remember this unbelievable to-scale cabin thing.
Teacher's going to remember that.
But I'm still sitting here like, what's this got to do with me? What do you think?
You were a part of it?
You think you think I sold my school project to someone? What are you exactly
Did
are
you?
you accusing me of here as I'm counting my money?
That's my dude
You know
right
what I mean?
there.
I mean,
That's my dude.
That's what I remember about those awesome to scale miles. I also remember you were talking about Pinewood Derby last week. We were talking about the Boy Scouts a little bit because what's the deal? How many people got finger blasted by their scout leaders?
What? Oh, God, the
Because
ads.
Facebook, dude.
I got finger blasted that day.
There's $1 billion in Facebook ads.
It's
going
unbelievable.
around
Even
right
in
now.
my story, it'll pop up in my story. Like when I'm going through people's stories, that's kind of a fun thing. I'll just pop through everybody's story, see what's
And
going
then
on.
it's like, you got.
And it's
you
like,
get
did you
raped by your
fingered?
scout leader?
Did you get fingered?
No.
At
I didn't.
Camp
I
Down.
built campfires.
I may have. I might have blocked that shit out. But my camp counselor at Camp Don Bosco, we got a letter a few years later. I remember we got a letter a
At
few
Camp
years.
Don Bosco.
Yeah, Scotty. My counselor, which he was Scotty from he was Scotty from
Wet Hot American Summer?
Dirk Diggler of Boogie Nights. He was that Scotty. He was. What was that? What's it?
Philip Seymour Hoffman's
Yes.
character?
He was that guy.
Idiot!
I'm an idiot. I just kissed you. I'm an idiot.
One of my favorite
He was
scenes.
blonde, like kind of balding. It was weird. And we get a letter a few years later, and my parents are like, "Hey, did you have Scotty?
Sign of the Beaver!
Did you have Scotty as your
Good
counselor?"
pull, Robin.
Oh, is that the name of the book?
Yes.
Sign
Nice.
of the Beaver.
We were real into the beeve back in the.
Me and
Can you imagine how many times we
Buddy.
laughed when the teacher would say, pull out sign of the beaver?
Kevin Benson and I would just say beaver and boner for certain
'Cause
words.
they're
and
hilarious
and
words.
we would laugh.
Laugh,
We would
buddy.
laugh,
That's
buddy.
exactly what this show
I would
is. It's a lot
laugh.
of beavers and boners.
What are we talking about?
Finger blasted my camp counselor. Okay,
Oh, good
V.
Jesus,
Right,
crime and
V.
nightly.
Maybe you're the
She's
reason.
a
Maybe it's
Carol
because I'm
and
friends with you I'm getting these damn dads.
So my parents get a note from Scotty from Camp Don Bosco, and they're like, "Hey, you need to, if your son was, if your kid had this
Not
person
from
as
Scotty. About Scotty.
about Scotty, saying we found this
because
out."
it would be like an ultimate spiking of the football if Scotty was like
Got him.
writing letters
Got
15
him.
years later saying,
I tickled your boy's plums.
So
not
my
funny.
mom and dad are.
What's up, Levon? How you
My
doing?
mom and dad yell, "What up?" They yell, "Hey, did you get fingered by your counselor?" And I'm like, I don't think so.
We should make it clear that we do not think that.
No, it's funny. Everything's funny. Pain is funny. Everything's funny. I'm sorry. I'm a horrible human. If the shit that makes me
This is
laugh
triggering
makes
you,
me
we
a
apologize.
horrible human, then fine. I'm a terrible human. I am deep down. I say it all the time. When they go through the clips, they're gonna be like, "He said it all the time." And then some people are like,
when I
"You
run
better
for
be careful
when I run
what
for
people
president,
say."
when I run for president in 20, let's see, 20, 24,
You're
28,
never
32,
going to do that,
36. We'll call it 2040 is when I'm
gonna
feeling my oats. They're going to be digging up all the good.
They'll have
stuff.
all. It won't even. And
Won't
it'll
matter.
be deep fakes, so you won't even be able to tell. But one time, Randy, this is like the first time he helped me out with
Sign of
a
the beaver.
It was like 7th grade. My parents had just been recently divorced. I needed to make a science project, and I had procrastinated a whole bunch. So I didn't. My mom couldn't really help me. This one had to be more mechanical. It had to show how something mechanical worked. We had these rules we had to live by. So I had to call up, muster up the courage to ask Rando to come help me with this.
Yeah,
so he
and
helped.
and your stepdad made it abundantly clear he was a
nothing
stepdad.
to do with me.
Yeah, I am not your father.
I don't want anything to do with him.
No.
I wish I could call my dad
No.
and have him help me.
This is not a Luke Vader situation. This is not what's going on here. I am not your father.
Who's Luke Vader?
No, Luke and Vader.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Luke Vader is a cool name.
my porn
I
name.
knew what it was. Luke Vader. That's cool. So I muster up the courage to ask my step pop. And I say, "Hey, can you help me with this?" And he goes, "Yeah, I got an idea. What we can do is make 2 blocks of wood, one that has 4 nails in each and a balloon, and it'll pop the balloon. But if you put 100 nails in each board, it won't pop the balloon because all the surface tension is spread out."
It's like laying
throughout
on a bed
those
of nails.
Exactly. So we're working all night, putting holes in there. Kind of a real bonding
Bonding
situation. I'm
experience,
like,
sure.
okay, it's cool. This dude ain't so bad, So I run back upstairs. Well, I had forgot something downstairs, and this is like midnight, So I go back downstairs. Dude's got his cock and balls inside this thing. Okay? And I'm like, hey, that's my science project, Jack. And he goes, I built it. I can use it. And I was like, Jesus, rando. So what immediately became a really nice, someone just said morning. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. So me and him, our relationship's been tenuous
Ever since
that day. You just don't get over that image.
I understand.
It was on the other side of my basement too, which made it extra filthy. You know how you had like an other side of the basement?
Oh yeah.
Did you have that?
Oh yeah, I got one now.
You do?
I got an other side of the basement. Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. I still do too. That still exists, the other sides of the basement.
Yeah. Everybody's got an other side of the basement, and everybody's got a junk drawer. And if they don't, I don't relate, Jack.
They should go away, Jack.
Yeah, I don't relate.
Hey guys, welcome to St. Louis. Is this a real thing? No, not a real
Oh,
story.
Jessica, you're gonna say
Oh,
wow?
wow, Jessica,
Oh.
I got her to blush.
Oh,
Wow, I'm good.
wow.
I feel pretty good about myself. I got her to blush.
Got that right.
Welcome to St. Louis's new hottest rated morning show that appears from 7 to 10 on the internet and on Facebook and on Twitter and on Periscope and on Twitch and on YouTube. This is the #1 program.
And on all podcasting platforms. And anywhere you like to podcast, we're there.
If you guys haven't
And you guys
heard
can
the
leave us a
podcast-
review on a podcast. I know it seems silly, but if you give us Steve, listen, here's
Don't
the
do
deal.
it.
Steve wants to be successful at doing this, but
I
he
don't.
refuses to do any of the things that actually mean success in the virtual world. So if
a
you
weird deal.
like this stuff,
It's a weird deal.
you just giving it a 5-star review or whatever, you actually review it and then commenting on it, it helps us out a bunch.
Can we just compel you maybe to leave a review? Oh, hold on. I listen to your guys' show, but I'm a selfish prick. I'm not going to help anyone. That's all I hear, Craig. I just want to compel you to do something. And if I haven't compelled you to do it yet, then don't do it.
But
don't help me out.
This is a matter
Don't do
of-
me any
this is a matter
favors.
of
This is
just-
my dad. That's my dad. He's always like, don't do me any favors.
good
and
for him.
pass down to me.
I'm a big
I don't know.
George
I
fan.
kinda-
It's
you need
about
help.
educating people. Listen, we talk about it all the time. Some people, what the things that we know to be true, not everybody knows.
I know.
Need a gentle nudge.
Nudge.
What takes people 2 seconds can really help out bigly. More than any money that they can. Tremendously. Very bigly.
When did you pick up a Trump
I don't
impersonation? That's good. It's
not good.
It's really, I'll be Biden.
Over under on if he wins the election, how quickly Kamala becomes our president.
I don't know.
I don't think he makes it to inauguration day.
God, 3 hours of this.
Morning, you awesome gents. Who said that?
That's coming from the text line. If you guys want to sponsor the text line, we don't need you.
Yeah, because
We're gonna do this for
Bunger
free.
and Property Group, they're getting the text line and this day in
Are they?
history. And you know,
'Cause
we
you
talked
ruined
about
the day in
we talked
history.
about natives and
And
Native Americans, and on this
And
day,
hemps.
bud.
No.
But yesterday, in 1809, Meriwether Lewis of the Lewis and Clark expedition, he died mysteriously. He died mysteriously.
Really? What does that mean?
It means he died and no one knows why.
It's exactly the crux of your question there, bud. That's crazy. No, a lot of weird stuff going on there. Shout out to Sacagawea. I know we all remember the Sacagawea incident. I'm still reeling from that a little bit. But honestly, what I did is
barely slept.
I went home and I learned a lot about Sacagawea and the whole thing. And she was married to a rapist who bought her and another chick and brought them along the way. And it's a pretty bullshit idea. She was an interesting, what they write about her in the journals is interesting because it's always kind of interesting what the colonialist or, whatever they wrote about natives. They're like, these idiots are laughing.
Yeah, they dance
and having
all
a
the time.
good time.
They have abundant food that comes from the earth.
They had a ceremony.
They were all just laughing and crying and hugging.
They had a ceremony where they pretended like someone was a man, and the whole village came together, and they supported him with love.
It was crazy.
It's so stupid. These guys are so stupid. They helped us.
They gave us abundant food.
They helped us get on land. We're going to
They
kill
taught
them.
us how to hunt their lands.
We're going to totally kill these guys.
Pretty much how it went.
What are they doing? A lot of Columbus's, not a lot, but I have seen some journal entries where it's like, these bobos don't even know what's coming. Like they were helping them, and it's kind of it's a fucked up deal. But his name is Martin Rochambeau. What? He's got a real nice name. The guy who and they had ties to St. Louis. Sacagawea might have been actually in St. Louis. I guess
Toussaint Charbonneau.
Toussaint Charbonneau. I told you it's a good name. I told you it was. So that's cool.
Steve, we had old Nenzi.
We did
join in the line and say hello and good morning, and he was the only changing station Hall of Famer. And I guess that kind of carries over, like by proxy. Carries over. No, I don't think so.
Nope.
However,
we start new here.
He wrote a hilarious song after you had told the story one time.
I missed this.
And I figured we'd play it for our morning show people. It's absolutely it's a sad story, but I don't know. I was thinking about it this morning. I do, bud. I do. So, guys, I want to share a little ditty with you.
This was sad.
This is a little ditty. This is. Do you want to kind of give a little lead in to this?
Well, we were at a live event. I believe the Gene party. Was it the Gene?
No,
party?
actually, it was our like karaoke night. It was our open.
Oh, sing along.
Sing along.
It was a sing along. We have so many good times. It's really hard to keep them all track of all of them. But what happened was I accidentally made the mistake of talking to Dennis Nenninger, Mr. Loose Frickin' Lips, okay? Because he'll tell him a story close to your heart. He'll write a damn song about it. He'll write a banger about it. No, I told him the story out of confidence and didn't tell him to tell anybody else. But whatever, it's not the point of the whole deal, okay? I'm not here to talk about how Nenzi betrayed me with this song. It's not what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to give you the backstory.
Dennis Nenninger, real quick, just explained how Meriwether Lewis was killed. And it was that blonde chick fed him some shitty CBD infused food.
No. You guys are all wrong.
Yep.
You guys are all wrong, and I'm okay with it.
I don't take the low road often, so just let me enjoy it for once. Can I?
No. You've taken the high road so much, now you look like a complete ass.
Well,
how you...
You know who look like an ass?
Oh, no.
A heartless... A heartless animal killer. Like you.
My buddy hit a cat in his car.
That's heartbreaking, dude.
It was. I mean, I'm sure it was a wild cat. And actually, my cat right now, I could punch that thing right in his face. I could. I love it, but maybe it's me. It's me.
Oh, he was told
me.
the story at the Gene party because we sang it at the sing-along. Remember?
That's what I was
wearing the cat mask.
Okay, yeah. Yes.
So
yes.
We have bountiful talent in this group. There are people that
right here?
Yeah, here too. By the way, man, we closed it with a bang last night, dude. There are some unbelievably talented people in this group.
Yeah, there are.
And Dennis Nenninger happens to be one of them. And I was going through today, and I was like, what's something we could share with the morning crowd that, happened a little while ago, just kind of dig into the annals of Hoosier Sophisticate history. It wasn't that far back. And Nenzi wrote us a song, and I want to play it for our friends.
And my friend hit a cat, and I told Nenzi. And I said, Nenzi, don't fucking tell anybody about this, man. Don't you fucking tell anybody. Ever. Don't write a song about it, is what I said. And he's like, I won't.
No,
I won't.
Before he got home, he was messaging me. He's like, dude, I got this whole thing just rolled out in my head.
He told me not to. And I'm going to. And so he hit a cat, and a lot of it got blown out of proportion.
Okay.
But this cat was split right down the middle, bud.
Ugh.
And we had to. My buddy had to end it. Listen. It's horrible. It was a dark road at night. The guy couldn't see it because we were chasing it for a good 10 minutes trying to get it. And he couldn't.
Guys, this is the tale of Steve and Mr. Kitty.
What is happening right now?
This is the first time Steve is hearing this song, and I hope that you
Can
all
I hear
will,
it?
I hope that you all will enjoy it as much as I did. Mike, you might want to make sure that your microphone is turned off as we rock this, and here we go. No, turn it on.
Heroic tale of Mr. Kitty and the big bad truck that tried to end his days.
Steve killed a cat. We felt the thump and heard a slap. Driving down that narrow country road. The cat, he wasn't dead. Then they took the robot to his head. Mr. Kitty won't purr anymore.
Kitty, get ready, Kitty out of luck. Kitty got hit with a big bad truck. Now don't you step on that country road, yeah. 'Cause Mr. Kitty, if you do the likely that you like the toad. Kitty had family, Kitty had friends. No one gave a shit when they hit his rear end. Now don't you step on that country road, yeah. 'Cause Mr. Kitty, if you do the likely that you like the toad.
Take it away, me. Mr. Kitty on the meows.
What's in the road?
Watch out, there's a cat.
This is the greatest song in the history of songs.
When Mr. Kitty died, he didn't go to heaven. Cats have 9 lives, he was on number 7. Mr. Kitty woke up and went on his merry way.
Steve didn't kill the cat. Mr. Kitty was saved from that. Big truck driving down that country road.
I want to turn off the show.
Saved to save the day. The kitty sent him on his way. 'Cause everyone knows the cats are evil. Demon spawns and were sent by the devil. Dogs are man's best friend anyway.
This was a song for Mr. Kitty, licking his tail, looking oh so pretty. Watch out, boy, the big truck's on its way.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was Steve Killed the Cat.
I'm flattered and fucking disgusted with myself at the same time.
It's pretty much my favorite thing. I love that story.
Nenzi is brilliant, bud.
He's a
That was 6 different songs in one.
dude. Between the night, you remember we kind of had a little practice sesh with him
Yes.
and Ryan, and
Oh
we were down at the
my
Spanish
God.
Society, and I'm just. What happens when we put those two in a room together and say, "Hey guys,"
And me too. I know.
And
all the
Steve.
3 of
Yeah,
us
and
just
Steve.
getting wild.
Hey Steve, we
together.
need a G chord. Hey Steve, Give me a D too. Maybe an E. Thanks, man.
Hit me with all those majors and bar chords. Why don't you put your capo on, pussy? Yeah. Can't do any real chords. That's like Jameson Wilson.
Yeah, what's the deal with
He's like, man, what's up with that capo? People think I forget the stuff they say online. People think stuff they say. No, never. I will never forgive that man.
Yeah.
Oh, he's listening to the show.
Yeah, he's listening right now. That is the fucking best ever. Elise Taylor. Lots of love.
I like the video I have of you guys dancing to this while Dennis is singing the song along. I bet you do.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Going back to Jameson, I'm real tired of his shit.
I'm glad someone finally.
I got your back, pal.
Thank you, because this guy
he comes into the group
too long.
And he just makes himself at home.
I know,
and he's
likable.
Love.
I know.
He laughs at all of our jokes.
What's up with that? What's up with that? What's up with that? Wee. I love that bit, dude. I love that bit.
It's my favorite.
What is it?
I love Jason Sudeikis so much.
Oh, yeah, he's in the track.
What's up? Dude, my buddy TJ, we would be out just hammered drunk at the bars. Pretty much our MO when we were together.
Yeah.
And I'd just go into a ooh, and he would just throw everything down and just start doing the running man. Jason Sudeikis, dude.
That's good. I got a couple stories for you after the break, Craig.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. It's been these first hours.
Can I tell them why I tease these fuckers?
Yeah, tease them. Good.
Okay. I got one about magic underwear. I got one about technology, AI, and exploring the DMT realm. Cool. And I have another one about St. Louis artist, and one more about, and you'll like this one, feeding mom's poop to C-section babies gives them healthy guts.
I think they call that meconium, and they try to pull it out of kids.
Oh, meconium. I know exactly what you're talking about. That greasy black poop, the first one that comes out. It's hard. It's not that bad.
No, whatever. It's fine.
I had to give Oliver a little enema because he was... No, not an enema, a suppository. Something to help him poop.
You were made for that, bud.
Something to help him poop. Oh, my God. He hadn't pooped in a couple days. And they were like, they can go a little while without pooping. People can go a pretty long time without pooping, actually.
Yeah, that's not a good thing.
No, not good. But so we put that thing in there. And right as soon as we got it in there, man, it was like a deluge, man. Just boo all over Jenny and I. It really bonded us in trauma.
Yeah, absolutely.
Trauma bond. Well, and
that explains so much about Jenny's kinks, though. I'll tell you that.
She likes to be dumped on.
I didn't even know she was German, dude.
Yeah, you got to get it from real high though. She likes a second story shat because that way it gets cold by the time. That way it gets cold by the time it hits her.
They can go up to 10 days when breastfeeding. You're just making things up.
They can go up to 10 days. What?
Gotta worky jerky later, kids. Put some headphones in, pal. Put it on Periscope.
We just talked about you, for a minute.
Oh, hey, they mentioned me.
They mentioned me. I'm gonna leave.
Dip out of here.
See you later. I'm leaving. Bye. I'm going to work. I'm gonna actually work and do stuff. You don't do anything.
You don't do a damn thing.
He's
Jameson.
A surgeon.
Little pig.
Ooh, yeah, he likes that, doesn't he?
Pig.
How you gonna go to work with an erection, bud? Not gonna work.
Hope you got a trapper keeper to hide your bone.
Yeah, tuck it in your belt loop, bud.
Duh.
Yeah.
Figure it out, guys.
Let the world
This has been
see
a tremendous first hour. Sweet Leaf Emporium.
They
here
really
in Festus.
yes.
Gave us a whole little joint. And people walk around here. You don't even have to hide your boners to work here. I mean, I'm hiding it behind a desk right now.
Yeah, no. We don't have to though.
But we don't have to.
Nope.
Jason says, I want to make one thing clear to you guys. You're gonna come here and shoot a show. I want you to know that this is a place where you don't have to be ashamed of your boners.
Boner friendly.
You spent your adolescence ashamed of your boners and hiding your boners. By God, walk around here with a little boner pride. And we said, Jason,
we can't get them.
I haven't been erect without someone spitting on me in years.
It's gonna be a mess inside of your studio.
If you're trying right now, I need you to kick me in the balls, Jason. This is what I need. That's what we're cultivating here at Sweet Leaf and Festus. Okay,
that sums it up.
I'm not sure. I mean, Dennison's along for the ride. He could probably tell you this thing It'll give you marble hard-ons.
Can I get a monthly subscription to that?
Hey, Dennison, you think we can just get like a repeat button?
Because I know
Can
a lot
I
of
put
people
it on an Amazon one-click button.
A lot of people ask me, they're like, "Oh, I want to get it again. What's the name?"
You know what you tell them? You say,
"Uh,
buy
how
a
did-
year's
how did
supply
I
in
do
advance,
that?"
you fucking
I'm not gonna do
cheapskate.
that. I'm not gonna do that.
Fucking
But I was
cheapskate.
thinking it could be cool if Dennison worked out something where he sent him one on the 30th of every month.
They can
the
probably
8th
set
of every
whatever
month,
date they want.
The 12th of every
Yeah.
month. The
We can do that.
17th
A
of every
Hoosier
month.
subscription plan with Native Hemp. Dennison, let's work it out, bub.
What about that?
We're gonna go to break. It's been a fun first hour. I'm feeling a little juiced.
First hour's already over?
I'm feeling a little juiced from this coffee
First
this
hour's
morning.
already
And
over?
now we got Jane Fonda aerobics. On the other side of the break, we're gonna tell jokes.
Everybody get up. Everybody get up at your desk right now.
Everybody get
Everybody
up.
in St. Louis, get up. This is the morning show in St. Louis. This is the #1 morning show. We're trying here,
But
people.
they wanna get
God,
hurt.
What more
Wanna
do
get
we-
hurt? Wanna get hurt? I love you guys.
I know one beat on that bongo.
Thanks for being with us here for the first hour. On the second hour, we're going to continue to tell jokes and make you smile and have a wonderful time.
We're going to tell a lot of jokes.
We're going to tell lots of jokes. And oh my God, who was that out in the hallway? Oh, I don't have the. Never mind. Fuck it.
Who's that out in the hallway?
Yeah, it was Jason.
He was? He's here?
Yeah,
What? He wants to come on?
he wants to come on.
He wants to come on us? On our show?
He heard us talking about boners. It's like a bat signal.
He's like, they're not hiding their boners
They're
anymore?
not hiding their boners. I
See
can
you
I can come out of hiding, bro. All right, guys. We'll see you on the other side of the break. Do me a favor. Do us a favor. Do the fam a favor. Support our sponsors and call James Carlton today.
Everyone.
If I need
Everyone.
everybody here to call 314-961-4800. Just ask him how his day's going.
If you don't call his number today and you hear me say that, don't ever interact with me ever again.
Not once.
Ever again. Don't forget that you didn't do this, okay? If you listen, if it was meant to be that you heard these words and they said, call James Carlton today. That's simple. It's one number. It's one phone call. I know you got time for it.
You do. He's going to save
I
you money.
know you do.
He's going to make sure that you're better
I
insured.
just need you to call him. And if you don't call him, you're going to feel so guilty. You're never going to be able to interact.
Oh, Jenny Elgin's going
with
to brag
me.
about seeing
ever.
James.
You saw him yesterday?
Yeah, he sang her Bruce.
What?
And he goes, you look you in her.
He better not have sang her.
He
that
sang her that
song.
song.
Did he sing you that song, honey?
He did.
Tell me if you.
She.
Look at that. I'm supposed to compete with that.
Look at that. He's fantastical.
God dang it. Okay, take us.
See you guys on the other side of the
Take us
break.
to break. I'm an outlaw, check it and see. Wanted poster looking like me. Checking the swamp man for a pretty girl. Being an outlaw in an outlaw world.
Hey, I'm an outlaw, check it and see. Wanted poster looking like me. Walking my hound dog, surfing that swamp. Catching crow that do the sweetly stomp. Everybody do the sweetly stomp.
It's a stomp. It's a wiggle. Turn around. A little tickle. It's a stomp. Move your feet. Head on down to Sweet Leaf. Head on down to Sweet Leaf. Head on down to Sweet Leaf.
Dude, man, get on down to Sweet Leaf Emporium and do that Sweet Leaf stomp, man.
Do you take our insurance and are you cannabis friendly? Yeah. And they all said no. And then at that last phone call, that 8th phone call, I was like, do you know anybody that is? I'm desperate. I've called 7 other people. You're my 8th phone call. Yeah. At this point, I'm crying my eyes out. And this lady just felt bad for me and said, hold on, let me call you back in a few minutes. And they called me back and they said that they would take him, but under a certain amount of conditions. And the main condition was that if they felt that cannabis was not working for him, then they would take him from us and put him in and Child Protective Services, and then they would take the other 2 kids too. Oh, because they were both underage.
Then
and we would be charged with child endangerment.
So they'd go to federal prison.
Yeah, we would go to federal prison. So we said, bring it on.
Hey guys, it's me, Kippy the Crazy Koala Bear, and I'm here to tell you about James Carlton Insurance.
Kids, quiet down.
It's the best.
Kids, quiet down and listen to Kippy.
Grown-ups need insurance, and Uncle James can help.
Right on.
Grown-ups need insurance. He's got the best reviews on Yelp. Grown-ups need insurance if they want to protect their house.
Yes, sir.
Grown-ups need insurance if they want to properly bury a spouse.
That's a bit morbid.
Grown-ups need insurance if they drive a truck.
Okay.
Grown-ups need insurance just so they don't get...
Whoa, Kippy, you can't...
Well, I was just going to say
cannot.
get in trouble.
Okay, well, it
you
sounded
don't
like you
want
were
to
going
get
to
in trouble.
sound like you were going to say something else. James Carlton, State Farm Insurance. You can find him online at carltoninsurance.net, or you can call him at 314-961-4800.
Native hemp inside of me. 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 I got 1,800 milligrams going real good down my throat. When I wake up in the morning and I need a pick-me-up, well, I grab my bottle of native hemp and I splash it on my tongue. Lap, lap, lap. Native hemp inside of me. Native hemp inside of me. Native hemp inside of me. Native hemp inside of me.
Native hemp extract available at HoosierSophisticate.com. Enter code HOSO, H-O-S-O at checkout for an additional 30% off.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
We're back.
We're doing something nobody else is doing right now in St. Louis. We're trying to do something different. We're trying to change this damn world, and we don't care.
Change the world. Well, I can see the sunlight in your universe. I can see the road getting on, and tell me if I could change the world.
Yeah, we're trying to change the world, pals. Okay? Sorry.
How can
Not
we be
sorry.
so audacious to think?
We can do it. We can do it, Jack. Okay. And that's what we're trying to do. 3 hours in the morning. Video, audio, excitement, knowledge, boner jokes. I don't know what we're doing. Craig, do you know about unlocking the mysteries of the Mormon underwear known as the temple garment? Do you know anything about that? I'm not poking fun either. I want to go right on the bat, say I'm not poking fun. I'm interested in all this shit.
I don't. No, I don't. Although every Mormon that I've known has been just
great.
Some of the best people.
What's up with that?
They're just good people.
I knew about.
Listen, if you knew
I worked with a lot of them.
If you knew that you were going to a futuristic planet that only you and your buddies were going to, like, you'd be pretty jovial while you were here.
And then the no soda. These guys I know, they had no soda, no tea, no caffeine. They were clean living, and they were the sweetest. They were the sweetest people I had met. They're not supposed to let anyone see it or even talk about it, but here's everything you've always wanted to know about the Mormon underwear they call the temple garment. All religions have symbols, relics, rites, and garments that are deemed holy and used to help represent and inspire a believer's faith.
Okay.
Now, as perplexing as these elements can sometimes be to outsiders, one particular garment belonging to one particular religion had long been especially perplexing, even amusing to non-believers. This is from a site called All That's Interesting.
Okay.
It's from my Facebook feed being just wrecked,
okay,
but way better. The Mormon temple garment, or garment of the holy priesthood, is worn under the clothes of adult members of the Church of Latter-day Saints virtually at all times, and they consider it a sacred symbol in their personal commitment to God. Not only sacred, but also extremely personal for believers. The temple garment has long been a mystery to non-members who didn't even know of its existence in the first place. In fact, the temple garment, popularly referred to as Mormon underwear, that seems not right, is specifically meant to be discussed and to be concealed from everyone.
Okay, so it's something you're wearing under
your clothes all the time.
All the time.
All
not
the
just
time.
in temple.
All the time, bud. Even when not wearing it, Mormons are supposed to not let the garment hang in a place where it could be seen by anyone else. So what is that?
Oh man,
what is that?
What
ad?
a hilarious, dude. The internet is bizarre.
Mormon underwear thus remained largely shrouded in secrecy until the LDS Church itself released a video in 2014, just to kind of clear things up. They released a video on
Yeah, they got to have a...
Because there's little or no accurate information.
Got to have a media guy.
Yeah, exactly. The subject on the internet, the church feels it's important to provide this research. You can find that video online. The video clearly laid out the basics of the garment. It's white, comes in two pieces, cut a little differently, men versus women, and it's similar in design to ordinary, modest underclothing. Okay, so the video only.
Okay, so we're looking at like a, that's about exactly what I pictured.
Just like a piece of cloth,
like
clothy
a
shorts.
1912 bathing suit.
That's exactly what it looks like. Adult members of the LDS Church first received their temple
whose was
garment.
that? It's not supposed to be seen, man. That's unused.
That's the video. That's the video
brand
they
new.
used.
They just
that's
got
the
a brand new one.
That's the
for
video they used. During which members make serious covenants with God, promising to adhere to God's commandments and the gospel of Christ.
Okay.
From that point on, devout Mormons are to wear the garment night and day, with some exceptions allowed for participation in some sports and other situations when the garment would be highly impractical. Whether sex is among these situations is likely, but uncertain in all cases.
Like with a real girl?
Or real girl. Or boy. When one is wearing it, the garment should never be exposed to public. All members must ensure all outer clothing covers the garment, which means covering the shoulder and upper legs. The rules apply to both men, both women, and all the temple garments. Likewise, for both men and women, the temple garment.
That's interesting. That makes a lot of sense to me. I saw this Mormon remake of Top Gun, and there was this volleyball scene that I could not. I was just like, I felt like I was robbed for a second, but this makes so much more sense. So much more sense.
Unsurprisingly, the history of the temple garment remains somewhat unclear, but it debuted in the 1840s, right about the time Joseph Smith died, 1844.
Old Joe had a good thing going
from that, the seer stones. He's like, I'm the only guy who can see these.
You can't
you
see them?
Idiots.
Duh.
You guys are.
They're mine. Yeah. Get your own seer stones.
The church modernized the temple garment by shortening the arms and legs, and the garment remained virtually unchanged. It was long, not necessarily white. That ruling came in 1893. A one piece that covered the arms, legs, and torso. Cut into a cloth was a V-shaped symbol on the left breast known as the compass, and a backward L called the square on the right, along with one horizontal line at the navel, right around the knee.
So this is to keep you on the straight and narrow?
Sure.
This is your moral compass?
Sure. Okay. Precise explanations for these symbols vary somewhat, but someone broke an oath of silence from the church, and this is what they said. The mark of the square is to inspire exactness and honor in keeping one's covenants, and the mark of the compass is a constant reminder to keep one's passions within the bounds set by the Lord, sir. Okay. There's markings on the knee, so it symbolizes kneeling to God. there was it did go undergo a overhaul in 1923, and then it was changed to a 2-piece.
It looks like the old bathing suits.
Yep, and a 2-piece in 1979. So that's kind of the history on it.
I think it's interesting.
And my question is, if you had to wear underwear that's, signified your covenant with the Lord, and say we had underwear that we had to make these people wear,
what would it look like?
What's your favorite kind of like sexy lingerie?
I'll tell you what. I mean, I like a real good, snug, short Euro trunk, but
on guys or gals?
Yep.
Either.
But I also like for myself. I like a good little bikini brief sometimes. You feeling it? Get that little V going on there. Just hang them out there a little bit. Makes me think of being Michael Clark Duncan in Armageddon when he's dancing up on the table. And he's just singing his little. That's what I pretend like when I wear bikini briefs.
Awesome. Oh,
that's where. So
bikini briefs.
Yeah.
Thong. Sure.
Yeah, I'm starting to really find like the thong used to just kind of be the thing, right? The thong.
Oh, remember there was a song about it.
There was a whole song about it. Dumps like a truck, bud.
Truck. Body like what?
What? Baby, move your butt.
Butt.
Let me sing it again. She got dumps like a truck.
Thighs like what? Baby, move your butt.
All night long, let me be that long.
I went to a St. Mary's party where I think it was Scott Smith or somebody put that song on repeat while everyone was trying to go to sleep, and then like hid the radio.
That's a me move.
And it was awful.
I'll break people.
I saw people lost their mind. People lost their mind.
I get it. Yes, I get it. Yeah, I've got a growing appreciation for the brief cut. Not like the old school brief cut though. You got to get the high V up in there. You got to really cut the lines.
I like a nice boy short.
Boy shorts are great both ways.
You like the old school, like white lingerie?
You talking on like a gal?
Yeah. Yes.
Not like a wife beater. Or as I've taught my kids, a woman respecter.
Like good for you. A 70s type lingerie, Do you like the things I don't like beige.
As I get older,
but I'm okay.
I'm into more. I mean, I'm more into like cotton.
Black and red,
like a little satin thing or something like that.
Satiny is what I'm talking about. Like silk.
Yeah.
You like silk?
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
I like when silk makes nipples hard.
Robe over here, bud.
I like when the satin makes your nipples hard. And
my nipples have been hard since 2002.
I know, but they get harder.
They're
just let me have that one.
They're just
let me have it.
Dead hard nipples.
Are they?
No.
I should get mine pierced. You want to?
I mean,
right now?
I would love to watch you.
Let's do it.
It's a fun time.
I bet it's painful, bro.
It ain't
worse than a tattoo.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Why, dude? Does it work? Does it do anything now? Does it do anything now?
Sure, I dig him. Yeah.
I mean, does it do anything now?
Yeah.
What?
You want me to talk to you about
my
nipple sensations? Yeah, we'll do that during the sex, drugs, and rock and roll. This seems completely inappropriate as we're talking about Mormon underwear, bud.
You're the one who took it there.
Yeah, t-shirt and pantaloons, sort of. I've had a few clients that are LDS, super great people, and I learned a lot about this while trying to respect their beliefs and still provide a service to try and massage around said undergarments.
You couldn't look at it.
Yeah, what's the deal? Like, they just keep their...
Hellbig. I gotta go visit him.
I'm a big Hellbig fan, man.
I gotta visit him today. Is that Herfy? No, it's not Herfy.
No, but he's the one that bought the crystal.
Oh, he's the crystal guy.
He's also he's also sent us a video from pooping in his pants, just like you, bud.
Oh, that's him.
That's him.
I love that guy. I customize my underwear for the summer.
Tattoo
I rip out
shop
the double
down the street,
with a
having a deal on nips. I dare you.
What? Oh, really? No. Really?
Dude, now tattooing a nipple, I know dudes that have had their nipples blacked out.
I'm not trying to get my nipples blacked
out.
Matte black, maybe?
I don't care what color you put
Glossy
in it. The
black.
idea of tattooing your nipple. I'm telling you, dude.
My nipples have no sensation.
Really? None at all?
I mean, not much. Maybe it's like tickling.
Maybe we should put a bolt through them. Maybe we should. Oh, dude, that thing is prime for a bolt.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's prime
Thank
for
you.
it, bud.
I'll put a bolt through it. It's funny, when I first started working at that Sweet Leaf, people would come in and get nipple rings, and I'm like, which one? Well, I didn't even know what they were, and they're like, can I see that? And they're like, yeah, this will fit through. And I see that it says nipples, and I'm like, you're going to put that where now? Here. And then the guy is like, you got any Prince Alberts?
Yeah, and you're like, you're gosh damn right.
And I'm like,
put
yeah,
them on with my tongue.
mouth.
You ever seen somebody tie a cherry stem, bud?
Exactly what I was thinking, dude. You were in my head. I was inside of you. Inside of you. Inside of you. That song was Aleister Crowley. No, that's the guy who did
That's
Satanism.
incorrect, sir. Russell Brand.
Russell Brand, but his name was something like that in that movie.
Which, by the way,
great movie.
Forgetting
Get Him to the
Sarah
Greek.
Marshall is an underrated.
Oh, that
because Get Him to the Greek is the
same
follow-up.
character.
Same character, but Forgetting Sarah Marshall is the one where that song.
What is his name in that movie? Lester? It's something like that. What's his name? Don't he think? Hey, it's not.
I won't give it to you. Hey, you're close though.
Alistair Starr.
You're real close.
I don't know.
So
Say
instead
it.
of Aleister Crowley,
Just give it to me. I don't
Doors
care.
of Perception. Think
Just
psychedelic.
give it
Aldous
to
Huxley.
Aldous.
It's Aldous Snow. I know. That's how I feel about Linkovich, dude. That's how I feel about Linkovich Chomalski. I'm wearing that.
I knew you would, as I thought for sure you would know that, but you didn't, Craig. You didn't at all. Craig, feeding mom's poop to C-section babies gives them healthy guts.
Ooh.
Newborns have different bacteria, viruses, and fungi in their guts. Fungi? Depending on whether were born vaginally or via cesarean. And the latter group is a stark disadvantage. The difference in these gut microbes, collectively called the microbiome, which I'm a big fan of the microbiome, could have long-term impacts on C-section babies' health, particularly on their risk of developing immune-related disorders like allergies, inflammatory bowel disease, and celiac disease. But C-section babies who are fed breast milk with mom's poop in it develop the same microbiomes as vaginally delivered babies, according to a new study. Babies are born without much of a microbiome. They typically pick up microbes during vaginal delivery. But C-section babies miss out on the bacterial baptism, as some call it. Studies have tried bacterial baptism. That's what you called it when you shat on my chest. Studies have tried to recreate this germy moment by swabbing C-section babies in microbes from their mother's vagine, but it doesn't work well. This Borat vagine. It says vagine. For a better match, if you look further south, the bacteria that you find in the baby gut are not found in the vagina. So it's not a likely source. William DeVos, microbiologist at, of course, Helsinki and Wageningen University, told the scientists, it's more likely that there is a fecal oral transfer during delivery, he says, because it's a quote unquote, it's a messy business down there.
Yep.
The new study led by Vos imitated this transfer by putting a small amount of the mother's feces, a few million bacterial cells worth, in the newborn's first gulps of breast milk. Via the bottle, doctors watched over the babies for 2 days in the maternity ward and followed up for 4 weeks and 3 months. They also checked the baby's poops throughout to keep an eye on their development. It says the researchers included 7 mothers whose microbiomes were compared to 29 vaginally delivered babies and 18 untreated C-section babies. After 3 weeks, the treated babies' microbiomes resembled those of the babies born vaginally. That's a big deal because usually it takes a C-section babies a full year to get their guts up to speed, and at least within 3 months, none of the babies developed adverse health effects. And one of the doctors here, Maria Gloria Dominguez Bello, says there's a reason the orifice for having babies is next to the anal orifice in all vertebrates. This is a natural selection, not random. And it's a clear message from nature telling us we want the newborns to be exposed to feces. She later went on to say one of the babies was crying, really making her mad. So this is why she did that whole study. And then she whispered into the baby's ear, I told you you'd eat shit. I told you to eat shit. I told you'd eat shit.
You think you're running the show?
I don't eat shit, baby.
Eat shit, baby.
Thank you for that. Well, the study is promising. It's small and needs more research in its findings. So I am always, Craig, just mind blown at the shit humans are capable of, man. Of the shit we all need and how this whole thing works, man. How this whole beautiful little thing works with all this and all this needs. We need this. This doesn't need us, really.
Fair.
I mean, us on a whole, maybe.
I think we play
It'd be
an
all right.
important part.
But
in
we
its
are
We
it.
play an important part in its homeostasis.
We're it. We are part of it.
How many times do you think we say homeostasis in a week?
6?
Yeah. Once a day? Twice a day, maybe?
Yeah, 6 or 7, maybe. We're probably.
I got I got one to add to that.
Oh, are you going to wait for the third hour of sex, drugs, and rock and roll?
We can.
We can get into it right frickin' now if you want to, because I got stuff too about the psychedelics and cannabis too, man.
This
Jack.
one is how the government is
Jack and
interacting
man.
with us. This one's how the government's
Let's
interacting
hear it.
with us a little bit. This is how the DEA is interfering with the religious use of psychedelics. Okay? In the 70s, the federal government passed a Controlled Substance Act outlawing pretty much all psychedelic substances. But many of those plants and fungi have been used for religious sacramental purposes for thousands of years.
Yeah.
And I mean, predating Christianity by 2000. I mean, we were talking about the Eleusinian Mystery. People talk about Amazonian shaman for thousands of years. I mean, the West has had some kind of, in the Eleusinian Mysteries, has had some kind of psychedelic ritual for thousands of years before. Basically before the Crusades, basically.
I want to know about that stuff, man.
So there's an interim guidance right now at the federal level that kind of allows a bit of a loophole to allow religious exemption for the use of psychedelics. It was published, I'm going to do my best here, in the wake of Gonzalez v. O Centro Espírita Beneficente Uneo do Vegetal, a United States Supreme Court case that analyzed a religious group's use of a psychedelic plant under the Religious Freedom Restoration Act of 1993. So Gonzalez holds that pursuant to RFRA, the government must show a compelling interest for prohibiting the importation and use of psychedelic substances for sincere religious purposes. In Gonzalez, the government failed to meet its burden. Gonzalez therefore opened the doors for religious groups to claim religious exemptions to the CSA.
Gonzalez, you bad motherfucker.
Yes. Okay. However, after it was decided, the DEA published interim guidance in 2009, apparently in response to an increase in requests for religious exemptions. Because if you look a certain way, there's no way that you could actually feel in your soul that psychedelics might be your spirituality or religion. This is raising an eyebrow. And by God, even though the courts couldn't prove, beyond what they couldn't prove why it was wrong. The government couldn't. The courts couldn't.
Yeah.
So the DEA's like, well, they couldn't, but here's some kind of rules to get us by until they can. Is how I interpret it.
Oh yeah, no, that's
so. A bunch of people request religious exemption for psychedelics,
and they didn't get it.
Well, hang on. So the DEA characterizes the interim guidance as an interim measure. Though it still guides religious exemption petitioners 11 years later, and noted that the interim guidance merely provided guidance to petitioners, though in reality it established what is effectively a licensing process that places substantial burdens on seekers of religious exemptions. For example, petitioners must provide detailed written information about their religious beliefs and nature thereof that the DEA can presumably analyze to determine if the belief was a religious belief and if it is sincere. In doing so, the DEA established its own criteria for what is and is not a religion and what is and is not sincere.
Can they do that? How can they
How
do that?
indeed, sir.
That's what I'm asking. Does it say it in there?
A petition must be signed under penalty of perjury, meaning incorrect information could be used to support criminal perjury charges. The DEA...
So if you fake it on your form...
That's what they're saying. They want to be able to comb over why you feel you need to use this for your religious purposes. If anything doesn't match up with maybe anything you've ever written, they can come after you for perjury. The DEA can request any additional documents or written statements, presumably, again, under perjury, that it wants within a relatively short time and is bound by no specific standards of review. According to one commentator, the DEA may take an indefinite time to respond to petitions.
Oh, that was like the Sue Sisley thing. Like, oh, yeah,
Yep.
you won the thing.
Yep.
Okay, go away now. You won the court case.
If I get to see anything in my lifetime, I hope it is the ultimate destruction of the Drug Enforcement Agency. I loathe everything that the DEA stands for. And people say, well, Craig, what do you think about what they're doing about fentanyl trafficking and meth trafficking? I think they're supplying the world with fentanyl and meth so that they have jobs and reasons to destabilize regions. That's what I think, bud.
Budget's got to grow every year.
I need to make jobs. My job needs to pay more money. I've got to have bigger problems to solve. The DEA is a fucking farce.
Well, it's like ICE. If you watch that documentary on Netflix, a similar situation, this little bureau that's doing its own thing.
Yep.
The heads of that are constantly getting numbers.
Yep.
That's all it is. It's a numbers game. When you come into the boss's office and you say, hey, Kohler, how many arrests you get this month with your guys?
Yep.
Oh, well, you see, it was a slow month. People aren't really, we don't want to attack this problem in this way where we're arresting everybody. Well, you get your ass out there. I got to go to the senator, whoever signed this shit, and he needs to have a number in front of him. How many people we fucking locked up, bud?
Yep.
So get your ass back out there and lock people up for perjuring about what a ridiculous amount of shit. Well, this is perfect for us. We got a lot in our history. We could start our own church.
Listen.
We're good.
Well, and I'm kind of getting that. Petitioners still be required to abide by all other CSA restrictions, which would require significant expenditure and likely engagement of counsel. Proposed religious activities would not be allowed until approved by the DEA, and the approval could be revoked or suspended. Moreover, petitioners would be required to identify the location of their proposed use, and presumably this information could be used by the DEA to conduct investigations and arrests instead of issuing an exemption. Petitioners would still be required to comply with state laws. States that did not have similar exemptions could still prosecute parties with DEA certificates. However, those states would likely have RFRA troubles.
That's the Church of Ayahuasca that we saw that movie, right? Wasn't that what it was in Orlando?
There are ayahuasca churches. There are peyote churches. There are sacred plant churches. And bud, we talk about it all the time, right? Like, because of the way that I was raised and what I was taught is spirituality, how could I have ever known that, especially as a kid, right? But coming into adulthood, it's the only chance I would ever get to attend that church, is to be an adult who happens to try and break the law. And then when I do it, and not only is my faith in God restored, my faith in humanity is restored, I'm a better person for it. That's the fucking religion I'm following.
No, you got to wear these underwear.
Yeah, there's no way that...
No offense to the underwear.
There's no way that freaking Caucasian guy, that Caucasian 30-year-old who didn't try psychedelics his entire adulthood because they're illegal, who happened to have the most spiritually significant experience of his life with this sacrament, there's no way he could possibly do that. He's not a Lakota. He's not an Apache.
Yeah.
This is not a part of his... This is not a part
You think
of
that's
his
what
family's dogma.
they were trying to protect, like indigenous?
Well, I think that is, well, it is. It's 100%. Like, it started with indigenous people and Latin Americans.
Oh, is that who the original guy was?
Gonzalez was the original guy, right? So he was probably having some kind of psilocybin ceremony, maybe mescaline,
Yeah.
maybe ayahuasca, like whatever it is,
Yeah.
something that's been passed down for years. Of course, it started with indigenous tribes, but we don't have a problem with adults dunking their kid in water and saying this is their religion.
Oh, or drinking the body and blood.
Right, or drinking the body and blood.
Wearing magic underwear.
Kids can sip wine at church.
Damn right we could. I used to
sip
take
wine at church.
Scroll up. Let me see that. What's the name of that?
It's Gonzalez
Don't.
V O Centro Espirita Beneficiente
Let's see if it
Neo
says
do
what it.
Vegetal.
You can probably click on that actually faster
Yeah,
than
I
I
can.
can write
Here,
this.
I can. What do you want, bud?
Yeah, I was just seeing maybe if it says what exactly it was.
Congress enacted the Religious Freedom Restoration Act in '93 in response to Employment Division Department of Human Resources of Oregon versus Smith. Yeah, so members of the respondent church, UDV, received communion by drinking ayahuasca, a tea brewed from plants unique to the Amazon rainforest that contains DMT,
So they were
a
trying.
hallucinogen regulated under
Here's
Schedule
what
1.
you do. Assign me a team of DEA agents to come check out my church.
They don't care.
No, that's what I need them to do. I need them to come out, check out our church. I need them to come to Cotillion, okay? Or I need them to come to a ceremony. Let's say this is 5 years from now. This is a church that's happening a long time. This is not about that. We have this church, and you say, hey, guys, we've kind of figured out this little ceremony where we surround you guys with love. We bring all of our members in here. We trip. You guys have this experience is about you. We're welcoming you here. We're going to shower you with our love energy and hold space for you in this moment, in this beautiful thing. We're going to play you songs. Each person is going to give a part of themselves to you through ritual and dance and laughter and crying and all this.
Yeah.
And then maybe after the DEA agents go through that, they're like, oh, man, yeah, that was pretty good. That was a pretty good little religious experience. It's like the Good Friday experiment when they said, how many guys or how many people after that experience said it's still the most profound religious experience they had ever had in their life.
No doubt.
Oh,
this is what I'm getting at. I couldn't have possibly known in a time when I was as far away from God, from my spirituality, from anything. Psychedelics not only brought me closer to God, they brought me love. That they brought me the love that Catholic school told me that God was inside of me, that I was a part of. It was the first sacrament that ever allowed me to actually understand that God lives within me, which is what they taught me my whole fucking life. But this actually gave me it. It allowed me to understand that. It is my religion. Undoubtedly, if I have a religion, if I have a religious teacher, it's plants. It's nature. And if I would have told my 25-year-old self that, I would laugh me out of the room. I could have never even imagined how real this was for anybody to not only... I don't care if people are doing it for their own recreational reasons. What happens spiritually to people on a grander scale, because if you look at the numbers of everybody that's ever done psychedelics, the ones that go off the deep end and I would say that a majority of people that have had psychedelic experiences are better for them. I don't think that is a crazy, too bold thing to say. I saw somebody saying the other day that it was a mom, and she was saying, somebody was saying, well, your news feed, you look reckless, and you look like you're you've done too much. No, this is some gal saying that people were telling her from her post, like, you're a mother, and you're talking about acid, and people are going to think you're crazy and you're unfit. And I'm like, I've never met you in person, but I'll tell you this, your experience with LSD has probably made you a better mother. Without ever meeting you, I can probably tell you that.
Well, you've heard the story old as time. Mother does LSD, throws baby in dumpster. You've heard the story. It's old
ridiculous
as time, bud. No, we're transitioning away from all that crap, but it's still
we are. But my point is,
it's still there.
Is the DEA? We have become increasingly comfortable with unelected bureaucracies acting outside of the confines of the law.
I got too much other stuff going on, bud. I can't worry about them not letting me have a religion. But it does make me think about church and how magical church was supposed to be and how it just missed with me. And I was into it probably middle of the road. I mean, I told you that one time I had a vision from an angel. I wanted some sort of path and direction in life. And I got a vision from an angel, like Gabriel, shit you not. And they told me, I need you to write a hip version of the Bible, Steve. Like something the kids will get. Like something that'll be like, hey, man, you can relate to the kids, is what this angel's telling me. That I can relate to the other kids, like I'm cool.
Sure.
Okay. And she's like, I need you to write, he, it was like this vision.
Sure.
Came to me. Said, you got to write this cool hip-hop version of the Bible. And I was like, yes, I have my calling. And so I get up in the morning and I start thumbing through the Bible. And I'm like, whew, this is going to take a minute.
Yeah. I'm going to go play Sega. I'm going to play
Madden
Sega.
94 real quick, okay? NHL 94, that's what I'm doing.
Yep.
So I missed the boat on that one. And I'm super into the dressing up and the chanting and the songs and the frankincense that they're blasting
the ritual.
out. I'm into it.
I'm
now
into the
all
ritual
of the
too.
rituals that were First Communion, confirmation, they put way too much fear in it. Like way too much. Hey, at least at my school,
Dude,
the teachers were like,
ours was not.
You got to be fucking on one. Like, you better be on your best behavior.
That they
and I
were
was
trying
like,
to get you to like
Christ.
really engage with your
First Communion was
spirituality.
good.
Yeah, but confirmation was a different deal because
they had to ask questions.
You were now. How silly is this? Now you're in 7th grade. Now
you can make a decision.
You are responsible for your spirituality.
I was 8th.
now. Yeah, we did them every 2 years, so it would be 7th and 8th grade classes would do it.
Gotcha.
I think we were.
Yeah, that was some schools did it like that.
Anyway,
because the bishop had to come down and do it.
Yeah, we had Regali the year before us, and then
we had that real big dude. Oh man, he was a monster.
I don't remember.
Big old dude from a different country, I think.
Yeah, was he from Africa?
Yeah,
that was who confirmed me.
And he was big old.
But what was cool was I got to serve a mass for Regali. Right, like I remember thinking that
cardinal?
was. Oh yeah, he became a cardinal. Dude, he was on the short list to be the first American pope. Like I was like, how cool would that be? Like
That'd be so cool.
I served for the pope.
I
served. That would be awesome.
Jesus, I did think that.
You
were gonna be a priest at one point.
I was into it. I'm into. I've always like. I appreciate the pomp and circumstance. I will still.
Yeah, I do. I will the bells jingling.
Dude,
the bells. Were
we had a badass bell too. That was on. It was on a cross, right? Like it was an X pattern. A bell on each corner, so when you grab it and you twist it, it would be like this cacophony of bell noises that would just ring throughout the whole church.
Damn, ours was a bar, and each side had like
it was
4
not
to
Desmond
6
Tutu.
bells, and you would turn it.
Yeah.
And it probably had 12 bells on this thing.
Beautiful bell noise.
Beautiful.
When we would get there to serve in the mornings, we would like kind of whoever was there first got to be the server on that side of the church that got to ring the bell. You know what I mean?
I rang it too much and got kicked right out.
They launched you.
Right, they launched me.
No second chances.
No, none at all. Because I was just like,
Missy, check your messages.
It was the don't be.
It's important. I'm doing.
No, don't. Not on my show.
Yeah.
But it was only to turn the page, wasn't it? That's what our church.
No.
Yeah, ours was to turn the page in the book.
No. The only time the bell got rung in our church was in the moment where they told you to really believe in the magic, where the body was turning. where the bread was turning into the body,
Maybe
and the wine was turning into the blood.
Maybe
that was the
they
only time.
Maybe they rang
he
it
would
there.
say, "This is my body."
And maybe I missed the boat.
And he does
Maybe I
this,
just thought
and
it
you were
was.
just ringing it every time. That's why you got launched. They're like, this simple kid.
I thought it was
he
turn
keeps
page.
ringing the bell every time we turn the page. That is literally reserved for the moment that the bread turns into Jesus. This kid's just
That's why they launched me.
ring-a-ling-a-dinging it every time we flip a page.
It's all making sense now.
Every time
It
we
is.
flip a page,
I thought it
man.
was a page turn. I thought it was for a page turn. I didn't know. I was a simple guy. And I had the whole outfit. I was scared as hell. And that priest comes in there and he's like, "Nope, never again. How dare you?" And I was like, I don't know what I've done. I just knew I was getting
that's
look.
bull crap.
Oh, Deister was no bullshit. And then I would see him at the Blues games, hammered, hanging out with some chicks. And he had such a big belly, he could put his beer like this. And he'd sit there at the Blues games like this, ham-boned.
Yeah.
And me and my dad would see
Good
him
for
at the old
him.
arena.
Good for him.
And all the nuns had to stay at the convent. I'm like, why aren't these nuns ever at this hockey game with them? Bring them out. Come on. They can't even be a priest. They can't be a priest. That's ridiculous. Hilbig says, I always strive to just be unhitched from reality. Smoke some weed, let my mind run free.
my messages. Oh, there we go.
LSD, let my son grow like the tree of life. It's easy and wrong from right. School, just learn to fight. Husband beating their wife. On government uses slide. A hand to oppress everything. Human don't believe me. Take a stand. Behind bars is where you land. That's where they put God. If they knew where he was growing kind buds here on the earth, should it be our right of birth to smoke the herbs? Did you just write that?
I think so. He's a pretty deep dude, man.
Check your messages. Dang,
we're on.
Catholic. Sounds awesome.
It was awesome.
I was raised Baptist. Sit down, shut up, don't move, don't raise your hand. We couldn't clap. Every once in a while, you could get away with a clap. If there was something real nice, we could do like a...
Yeah,
we had
it
one
was,
or two.
It was
We had
very
one or
strange.
two.
It was very strange to clap in
You don't
church
clap.
unless we would do like a live Stations of the Cross. And every now and then, like at the end of the performance, people would give some kind of
A live station.
Oh, buddy, that was the thing. Every now and then, we would have like
So they reenacted the Stations of the Cross. The crucifixion of Jesus.
Yep.
Who? Actors,
We
community.
did. The kids did.
No, you did not.
100,000,000%.
No, you did not. We walked around all the stained glass windows because our stained glass windows in St.
Yeah,
Boniface.
well, we had stations. We had stations.
Yeah, okay.
But
Is
like,
that common in all churches have stations?
Yes.
Okay.
All Catholic churches have the Stations of the Cross.
I'm just learning new things, ringing the bell,
and
all
but
churches have
we
stations.
did during Lent.
Shut up.
And during Holy Week, we had a
So you had
production.
a kid carrying
All of us. So here's the deal. All of us kind of had some kind of role in it, whether you were a Roman soldier, and dude, to be Christ.
You were the Roman soldier,
to be Christ,
obviously.
to be Christ was like that's what I'm trying to. I remember Matt Spencer. He's a couple years older than me. He was always a good little actor, and man, he really sold the Jesus part, man.
Really?
And I thought,
that's me.
one day,
That's
couple
awesome.
years, I'm gonna be Christ, man, and I'm gonna nail this.
Instead, you're Bobby
I'm gonna
Battlehawk
nail
and Danny
this.
Diamonds.
That's 100%. I came out, I was like, dude, it's hotter than hell out here, dude.
Can I get someone to help me
You're
with
gonna
this
make me
thing?
drag this piece of wood, dude? Dang, man.
Dang, dude, it'd be easier to just haul this thing up there
Yeah,
with a
I
442.
I load this thing in the back of my square body Chevy, dude. I
come
drag
on.
this thing up a hill, man.
Hey, girl, what's that Mary Magdalene doing over there, girl?
Dang, that trim stitch over there is working.
Bobby Through Time.
Bobby Through Time might be a play.
Okay, so you guys they really did that to you guys.
100%. And
did you ever get to be Christ?
I didn't get to be Christ because I was Christ in an earlier thing at the church. And I was
What?
I was angry at it. We did like that, whatever.
How many plays did you guys have?
We did a handful.
We didn't do any.
We did a handful. They really encouraged that kind of stuff.
We maybe did one or two.
I was the lead in the school Christmas play, and I was the guy that ran the inn, that ran fucking Joseph and Mary's fucking mooching asses out.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
that was Danny Diamonds.
Danny Diamonds running. He's like,
you can't stay. Yeah.
No rooms available at the inn. Okay. what I'm gonna need you to do, go sleep with the donkeys.
You poor.
That'll be 7 shillings. Shekels.
Shillings?
Shekels. 100 shekels.
Give me some of that newborn baby dung. We'll call it even. No way. I mean, mother's dung.
Actually, you wouldn't believe this, Mary. We don't have a room for you, but it turns out even if you give birth to your kid in the barn, maybe he's struggling a little bit, shit in his mouth, that'll help him.
I bet Mary did that. That's why Jesus had
didn't.
such
No,
strong,
she didn't. Anyway,
strong gut biome.
Dollars and senses. It was, dude, I remember songs from that.
You remember songs?
What's all
from
the
that?
big fuzz? I was the lead, dude. I was soloing like a motherfucker.
Please give me a little bit of it. Just give me that part again. Just sell it. Sell it.
I don't know that I can.
Don't yell into the mic.
I did have.
Don't yell into the mic.
I did have the year before. I was not on the stage. Biggest mistake they ever made. Because next year I came out firing. There was no way they couldn't give me the lead. They're like, we had this kid in Double A this whole time. Kid mashes.
Christ.
The kid mashes. What are we doing?
What are we doing? There's a hole in the lineup.
In 7th grade, I'm gonna put this out there, ladies. Listen, if you don't want to think that your significant other is a piece of shit, you might just tune off now. My buddy Wayne Wanker was in the play in 7th grade. Different play. I'm down on the risers, getting ready to give them all of my hearty tenor. Okay, just give them all of it. I'm gonna sing from my loins.
Soul to your shoes.
I'm singing from the gooch. I love the Lord, and I love.
No one made fun of you for
Christmas.
that. I would have gotten excommunicated.
Excommunicado.
From my
However,
school.
I did get made fun of when
God.
All right, so Friday mornings, just to give you guys a rundown of what it's like to go to. I don't know if this is like for you guys, but we had on Friday mornings the whole school came together to go to church. That's how we started our day.
Sure.
Friday
Yes.
morning.
Yep.
So Thursday afternoons was awesome because we would get to go over to the church and have a little choir practice.
Yeah, get ready.
As a school, get ready. Karen Kuppinger is gonna play that acoustic, and we are gonna jam out, bud.
Helen Hunter played ours.
We were singing.
Helen Hunter, that's her name. Miss Hunter, but I don't think Helen Hunter.
She went on to be mad about you. She was great. She was great.
She looked
what
like
were we sang? We sang a little ditty the other day. It just came out. What was it? Raise You Up?
No, it wasn't. On eagle's wings, bear you on the breath of dawn, make you to shine like the sun, and hold you in the palm of his hands.
Sometimes we just break in a Catholic song or a church song. Anyway, one day, so every now and then, if you were just caught doing good without trying to impress a teacher or anything, like if an adult just saw you just being a good kid, you'd get one of these little golden tickets, buddy. And if you did, on Friday, at the end of the school day, you go down, you could give it to Miss Wilhite.
It was the priest, and it was a hotel room key. Sorry.
So they
you could take it down to Mr. Pishke,
and they've got a box of chocolate bars and
ooh, buddy.
So if you were, and these were rare. These were not given out often.
Well, you didn't get candy bars all the time. But
No.
like
No.
my kids always
This
get a
was
candy
a-
bar.
this was a-
I never got candy bars.
This was a damn
I
treat,
never got
bud.
candy
Okay,
bars.
this was
ever.
an absolute damn treat. So I was singing my little heart out that day because really this is my only musical outlet as a kid. My main artistic outlet, right? Like when I try to make sense of it now, I'm like, oh yeah, like that was what I could do. Like, that's what I could sing. I want to sing. And where are you just going to sing unabashedly? Where can you sing at the top of your lungs?
Not church.
And,
Not church.
Well,
bud.
I did, and
I
this kid,
couldn't.
Ned Hendrickson, called me a fucking nerd. I was like in 2nd grade.
Yes.
And I remember, he didn't call me a fucking nerd. He called me a nerd. And I remember thinking I was the baddest ass kid ever for looking him dead in the eyes and just going like this. Oh, I'm a nerd? Gave it to him. I'm a nerd. How about that? You ever seen one of those before? You ever seen one? No, you haven't. So, anyway,
let me just explain to you what this means real quick.
You ever seen it, bud?
I can't say
For those
it
listening on
out
the
loud.
podcast, I'm flying a freedom rocket in this kid's face. Okay? And so let me just tell you that I've always been into singing, bud. I've always been into singing at school. I like to sing my little heart out, okay? 7th grade, we've got like
You're in 2nd grade. I can see that. 2nd grade, you still have enough
7th
wonder.
grade, we got a space-themed Christmas program.
What?
Not sure. It somehow ties into Christ.
Space Jesus.
Yeah, Space Jesus is like, guys,
Zero G
fucking
Jesus.
DMT, man. So
this is what I was talking about.
This is what's up right here, guys. Don't worry about me. I found a better way. And I think it was kind of following the North Star.
Did you transition me back out of here?
I don't remember. Yeah, probably.
How dare you?
So I remember, I think it was like about the North Star being there so that the 3 wise men could go and find the king.
Yeah.
Right? And there he was, Elvis. He was sitting there just doing lines of yak. All right? And the 3 kings are like, the North Star's on one again. Brought us to the wrong king. Anyways.
He looks like he's about to die.
On the crapper. I think he's having a heart attack.
Rest in peace, Elvis.
So,
Presley.
yeah, rest in peace, Elvis. Man, too soon.
Too soon. Let it go.
My buddy Wayner is like, he's
All
playing.
you do is talk about your Sound City buddy.
He's playing a supernova. Okay?
He's playing a star explosion?
He is playing an exploding star. And
that sounds about right for him.
This gal this is the first time I'm like, I'm firing, bud. I'm into Gene Bilger. What's up, Gene? How you doing?
I'm married.
I'm a married man now.
Gene's
She's
probably
married.
all over it.
We have children. We each have our own
That
respective
doesn't mean
families.
anything.
It was white hot romance, and she didn't know it. Okay. I got a plan. Part of this production is there's a scene where Wayner's helping her. I think she's the lead. Wayner's helping her.
What's an exploding star going to do?
He's teaching her where she's got to be in order to lead them to Christ.
He's going to turn into a black hole and suck her right in.
If he doesn't, but he got a couple tidbits of knowledge he's going to put on her.
You're true. That's true.
There's a part where he's handing her these like little note cards.
No.
And they're working.
Nope. No.
And they're working off of lines, right? Those note cards don't have anything on them. Wrong.
You're a Disney.
Old Lothario in the Risers, okay? Gaston himself. I mean, I have written out pretty much George Strait lyrics on these note cards about if, do you love me? Do you want to be my friend? And if you do, will you not be afraid to take me by the hand?
You're a man.
If you want to. I think this is how love goes. Check yes or no.
Check yes or no.
I say, whatever. Gene, I really dig you. You want to be my girlfriend? They're in all these cards. I don't do this. During the dress rehearsal, bud. That's for pussies. That's for pussies, bud. No. Show night. Packed house. I'm like, Wayner, here you go, bud. Here's your cards. He thinks this is the greatest idea ever.
Of course he does.
Guess who had a girlfriend the next day, Jack? Boom! Blew her out. I'd never seen somebody turn so many shades of red. Couldn't help herself. What a romantic. What a romantic that little boy in the Risers is. Look at him. He's going to make this moment about me. I'm like, do you love me, Gene? You want to be my friend?
It was Slim Pickens.
You want to be my friend?
It was Slim Pickens at your grade school is what you're saying.
Yeah.
She didn't mess up her lines?
Not. She held it together.
Wow.
She held it together, bud.
Meanwhile, you got your cock in your hands on the side.
What'd she say?
That's wrong. You're in like 7th grade. That's wrong.
I mean, I was in 7th grade. That makes a lot of sense.
That's true.
I got hard looking at the kitchen cabinets, man.
Me too. Just the knobs.
I was
going
a
like nipples.
walking hard on. You know what time it is, bud?
What is it time for?
It's time for a second break.
It can't be.
It's 9 o'clock. I don't ever. Can we just be live all the time?
We can just be live every day.
Every
all
day, all the day, at least 3 hours a day. We are.
We do. We are. Guess what you guys can do? Follow us on Periscope and listen in your back pocket. You can download the Periscope app, listen in your back pocket.
Back pocket.
And then if you want to do that, you can listen in your back pocket. We call Ivan Pockets. That's his nickname now, Pockets. Because if we put him in shorts that have pockets in soccer, he's like...
Pockets.
He's like Napoleon
You have developed a nickname.
Still the fastest dude. Still the fastest little dude out there.
I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
I'm like, if you took your hands out of your pockets, oh, bud.
You could do some damage.
When we return from the break, I'll explain to you what happened this Sunday when I was coaching the Badgers.
Okay.
It was madness.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go to break. I love you guys. Thanks for taking part in our hilariously fun stories. I really enjoyed talking about church.
Oh, grade school.
I know
that
this
is some of my favorite times,
I had
dude.
I had a great upbringing. I'm still, still friends with everybody I went to grade school with.
Yeah.
It really is fond memories. And what's interesting is like
I mean, none of them like you. But
no, why would they?
No, yeah,
It's
but
ridiculous.
you have very
But I
fond
have
memories.
Yeah, like they did right by me. It was me that didn't do right by them. I was really into the church.
I know, bud. I know. I get it. You're getting
spirituality.
back into it right now. Like I can see the fire coming back from your eyes.
But I mean,
you're gonna be a priest.
I'm
by
just
the end
thinking
of this
about
segment.
like I'm the DEA. Like I know we talk about it all the time. It's nothing new. It's just even more frustrating. Like there is a sacrament.
They're not stopping you.
There is a sacrament that exists. Can you imagine if just one Sunday, every Catholic church in America gave out psilocybin as the sacrament? Can you imagine what that would look
But
like?
let's do like the whole, because to get confirmed, it was a 6-week grueling process of tests.
They're going to prepare for it.
Yes, so that's...
Guess what, guys? It's time for your true first communion.
Yes.
You've got to learn
Yes.
about what you're about to do. And we're all going to do this together. And it's going to be safe. And it's going to be fine. And I'm, for once...
And
we're going... yeah. And here's some Frank Zappa. We love you guys.
Did I scare you? Because you scared me yesterday.
I got you yesterday.
You got me good. I need to rewatch that because he scared the shit out of me on the show. How? You really are an over-the-top romance.
I am, man.
Oh, my God.
I'm married and my wife will kill us both. Sounds about right for him. Yeah, okay. All right.
Okay, all right.
At least Saturdays. Dennison, I have no idea what the hell you're talking about, bud.
At least Saturdays?
We're going to commercial.
What?
When we come back, we're going to talk some more sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
He wants you to go live on Saturdays, remember?
Okay. I'll go live on Saturdays.
We should wear tap shoes.
These are our sponsors.
And tap people into the break.
And I hope that you will support them.
Please call James Carlton today. Please, just call him to say hi.
Call him and say hi.
Just say hi.
Say the Hoosiers said to call and say hi.
Just please, the people who answer the phone are so nice. Please, guys.
You will never get a voicemail if you call 961-40.
If you get a voicemail,
I'll give you a hat.
we'll give him a hat.
I'll give him a hat.
I was going to say, I'll shave your chode live on television.
Or that. You can choose a hat or Steve shaving your privates.
Yeah, I'll shave your chode. I'll come shave.
Come to you.
I don't know, man. I'm not trying to shave chodes anymore.
You won't have to because they're not going to get a voicemail.
Okay.
So there you go. Guys, we'll be back after these messages. James
Insurance.
314-961-4800. Handsome.
Amazing.
Astonishing.
Astounding.
Fabulous.
Incredible.
Fantastical.
Phenomenal.
Prodigious.
Stupendous.
Unbelievable.
Wondrous.
Divine.
Fantastical.
No, seriously, he's fantastical.
You got a house.
Go on and get it insured.
You got a car.
You gotta get it insured.
You got a life.
Go on and get it insured. CarltonInsurance.net.
Fantastical. Stupendous. Fantastic.
Hey, boys and girls, I'm talking about native hemp extract. That CBD.
That CBD
Inside of me.
inside of me.
That CBD.
That CBD.
Sweet delicious CBD. That CBD.
That CBD.
Got the CBD native hemp. That CBD.
That CBD.
You can get it from me.
I can.
That CBD.
That CBD.
Inside of me.
Inside of me.
That CBD.
That CBD.
Inside of me.
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 No. Inside of me.
Inside of me.
Inside of me.
Native hemp extract. 1,800 milligrams of total cannabinoid goodness from Pike County, Illinois. Get yours at HoosierSophisticate.com.
I'm an outlaw, check it and see. Want a poster looking like me. Checking the swamp man for a pretty girl. Being an outlaw in an outlaw world.
Hey, I'm an outlaw, check it and see. Want a poster looking like me. Walking my hound dog, surfing that swamp. Catching crawdad do the sweetly stomp. Everybody do the sweetly stomp. It's a stomp, it's a wiggle. Turn around, a little tickle. It's a stomp, move your feet. Head on down to Sweet Leaf. Head on down to Sweet Leaf. Head on down to Sweet Leaf. Dude, man, get on down to Sweet Leaf Emporium and do that Sweet Leaf stomp, man.
James Carlton. James Carlton. James Carlton. You gotta get your insurance. Gotta get that State Farm insurance.
You think you found the best insurance agent in the game? Well, I got news for you. I did, and it's James Carlton. State Farm. CarltonInsurance.net.
961-4800.
We're back. Welcome to the show with Steve and Craig and sometimes Seth and Mike. And we're Hoosier Sophisticate. And we love you guys and the community. And I can't believe you guys are supporting this new morning show endeavor that we have going on. And thank you.
No doubt.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having some fun with us in the mornings because we're having a great time.
We're having a good time.
We're having so much fun. We were talking about your romanticism as a young lad, because it's a weird time.
I've just always been that dude, man.
I'm kind of with you on that. Never went quite as well for me. Like I remember this one time, Kevin Benson told me in Cahoots, Marissa Thole was there, and I had a big crush on her, and we had been, kind of going back and forth. And he said, "Dude, I saw in this movie, you walk up to her and you grab her, you spin her around." And you say, "Hey, baby, how about me and you quit playing all these games?" And I go, "That's the most brilliant thing I've ever heard. I've never seen this movie. I don't know. You're running off good intel. I'm taking it. I'm feeling good about myself tonight. Got like a Gap vest on. Feeling real good. In cahoots. The vibe is right. She's hanging out with all of her friends. I'm like, okay, time to go up. Walk right up to her, my friends. I know Kevin Benson is probably dying at this point because he never wanted me to succeed in anything. He was always that guy who's like, "Oh, yeah, do this. It'll be funny." What an idiot.
He was the guy just setting you up for his own...
I walk up to her, grab her by the arm, kind of spin her around. Her friend, she's talking to her friend, so her friend's like, "What is this guy doing?" I'm like, "Hey, baby, how about me and you we stop playing games?" And she goes, "What?"
We're not even playing a game.
Yeah. And I was like, "Hey, baby, stop playing games." And she's like, "What are you saying?" And all of her friends, I get the vibe that they're just disgusted with me. That I've come up, ruined their conversation. So I'm like, "Just kidding," and walk away. And I'm like, "Kevin, it didn't work at all.
You made me look like an ass."
What happened in the movie?" He's like, "It worked." So I would really actually like to know what movie that's from. If anyone knows what scene that's from where it says, "Hey, baby, how about me and you quit playing all these games?" And another little romantic thing that backfired on me. I was in, probably 8th grade, freshman year. You remember Corey Shy Peter? He had a gal. What was her name? Remember the gal he dated in high school with short hair? You would know her. I had a crush on her too. Maybe. No, something like that. Everybody had a crush on her. She was cute. I'm like, I'm going to win this gal over, baby. I'm the guy. If you're a gal in this area, I'm the guy. You're an idiot. I'm the guy. I'm going to make you feel so good.
Let me be the guy.
You're a princess, okay? You're going to be with this jackal. Let me show you what this is like. She worked at, I want to say, Baskin Robbins or whatever. Right there by Ted Drew's is that other ice cream place, Baskin Robbins, and a chocolate place. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's by the Ted Drew's by my house. Okay. There used to be a Baskin Robbins behind there. It was like the poor man's ice cream. Okay. When everybody was at Ted Drew's, my family was over at this little.
You could actually get in there.
33 foot. Yes, we're over there.
Sure.
And there was a chocolate place, and she worked at the chocolate place. But right next door was like a Hallmark shop. So I had my parents drop me off there.
Give me an age.
8th grade, 9th grade, maybe right
13, 14.
I decided to go in there.
Right when we are our most romantic.
Baby,
this is on the heels of me giving the Supernova a little love note.
What is this gal? What's going to knock her socks off that she's just blown away by? Snow globe, obviously.
Oh,
good play. She sees a snow globe. She's going to shake it. This shows that I have some sort of, merit. I'm thoughtful. Yeah. Plays a little song, snow globe. Don't even know what season it is. Probably cold. Sure. I go up there. I hand her this. I'm like, "Hey, I got you a gift." And we had like barely flirted at all, really.
Okay.
And she's like, "Okay." I'm like, "Here, give it to her." Still in the snow globe. Just box. I just got it from next door. Brought it over.
It's in the box.
Yeah. Pulls it out and she's like, "Oh, cool." I'm like, "Oh, cool." We had like we had started.
She older than you?
No.
I think this is taking place a little later in life than you're given credit for.
You think?
Well, she's got a job. She's probably 15, 16.
15, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't drive, though.
Okay.
Because
15,
maybe freshman, sophomore year.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so
Snow
I'm feeling
globe
it.
sophomore year, huh?
Shut up.
God damn.
And so I know, right? Well, okay, so I give her the snow glove. She's fairly impressed, I feel like. So what I'm going to do is I'm really going to be like, when she's working, because she's at work, and my parents aren't going to come get me for another hour, I'm just going to kind of do one of these.
You're not. For those of you listening on the podcast, Steve is he's got his jaw propped up on a clenched fist, staring kind of doe-eyed, shrugging his shoulders and sheepishly grinning at this young
She's
girl.
working. She's working.
Who's at work, who he has just bequeathed a snow globe. Now, give me a theme on this snow globe.
Snow. It was cold. A snowman in there or something dumb.
It was a winter theme. This wasn't even
I had nothing.
This wasn't like a Darth Vader.
I just thought a
snow
girl would be
globe.
like, "Fuck yeah, snow globe! I'm gonna sit in my room."
I mean, they
I'm gonna
are
sit in
really
my
cool.
room. They are. Well, what is that?
But what are you gonna do?
What
with
is
it,
it?
bud?
So I
A lot of laughy emojis on that one, bud.
I give it to her, and now I'm just staring at her. You know, whatever. Okay, fine. I'm making her fall in love with me with my face right now.
What a move!
I keep getting
Fucking
the vibe from
power
her.
move,
She
dude.
keeps looking at me from the side like, am I being stared at right now? It's uncomfortable for her.
I don't know
I can
how
tell
you
it's
don't have an
uncomfortable.
18-year-old kid right now. If we're being honest.
Let's not talk about that.
Okay. All right.
She was scared of me after that. I could tell when I would see her at parties after that night. You know, because then my parents, she would like have breaks. This is all coming back to me. She would have breaks, and no one would be in the store, and I'd be like, "Hey, you know, like what's?"
It's
this
no
chocolate?
wonder that girls
And she's
just
like,
grow up fearing men.
she's like, I have to go in the back and talk to this other person that's here, and I'm like, cool, I'll watch the store.
Yeah, I got it.
I'll watch the store.
I got it.
I'm a protector.
You are a protector. You bad man.
She never talked to me again in a romantic way. Ever again.
I don't know how.
There were sparks
I don't
there.
know how he didn't get blown on the spot.
Buddy,
You
I had
snow globe smuggler you.
I have blown it on the spot numerous times with numerous gals. I mean, I ended up wrapping up that Thole situation. The baby, why don't we quit playing all these games? Then I got diarrhea at her house and kept going in her bathroom and kept making
Hang on. We fast forwarded here. Is this like kind of how long after the approach? Because when I was younger, I was at the skate rink one time, and this is the first time I ever had the balls to do something like this. But I don't know if anybody at home knows this, but Vanilla Ice was real fucking cool when we were kids.
the coolest.
The coolest. He was cool as ice, literally.
He had the haircut.
He had a head of hair
and lines in his
in his brow.
His parents didn't say no to that.
But years later, or when he was really on his game, he had a movie called Cool as Ice, and he rode a Kawasaki Ninja. And I'm like, I am gonna have a Kawasaki Ninja one day because I'm gonna be as cool as Vanilla Ice. Well, buddy, I decided to borrow just a little wisdom from Vanilla Ice one time. Rob Van Winkle. I decided to borrow Rip Van Winkle. I decided to borrow a little advice from him. I was at the skating rink and I saw a little lass that I thought was fine.
Yeah,
she was fine.
Okay,
and she was holding hands with another lad. You know what I told her, bud? You know what I told her?
What?
I said, why don't you drop that zero and get with the hero?
And Missy married you directly after that. Is that was it, Missy?
Drop zero.
What'd she do?
She was like,
no thanks.
Our parents brought us here together. I'm Well, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, okay.
I just went back, rode the duck, you know.
Shoot the duck.
Shoot the duck, whatever.
Rode the duck.
I rode the ducks when I was a kid.
What's that?
In Branson.
Oh,
rode
the
the
duck
ducks.
boat? Let's not go there.
I did, though. This is a thing.
Don't do that.
I rode the ducks.
Don't make up a
and
story
when
about
my
the duck
I'm
boats.
not making up a story.
Don't do
The
it.
first vacation I ever remember was my parents bringing me to Branson. Okay, and I drove go-karts like I was Mario and Andretti.
Oh, and they went 150 miles.
150, and I was smoking. On
And
this
you
thing.
had the right line. I would always say, I'm taking the racer's line.
Oh, yeah.
Here, people are taking
wide
turns.
wide in. But this, I'm like 3 at this point. I'm just banging
You're
shit, bro.
3?
4, 3, 4.
And you can ride a go-kart yourself? No.
My dad, I'm with my dad.
Oh, okay.
But
Are you driving it?
No, I was 3 at this point. Grow up.
I don't know. It's Branson.
They decided to take me on the ducks, ride the ducks, and I had a fucking coronary when that thing started heading for the water.
Oh, you did.
We're going to die, guys. Guys, we're going to
A
die.
little premonition.
Bud, I was trying to tell him something was fucky here.
Rest in peace.
You shouldn't be fucking driving cars into water, is what I
Well,
was
no,
getting.
there are boats that go on
There are
land.
also boats.
That go on land.
Oh, I guess it goes both ways. Huh?
Just like you and me and anyone with half of a fucking brain out there.
Drop the 0 and get with the hero.
My parents brought it.
Yeah, I'm 10.
She's like, for real? Can't do that. I loved rollercade, man. I had a lot of good moments at rollercade when I would roller skate with them gals because that would do the sock hop, and I would get in trouble because I would keep my roller skates on so that way I would be the same height as them.
Do you guys have like a sister school or anything like that you would go?
No. Oh, CBC?
No. Well, that too.
Kinda.
Sister school's not a. Well, I mean that is what they called it. But when we were in grade school, we had this like sister school. It was Central Catholic, and it was a Catholic school that was like in downtown St. Louis.
Yeah, we did have.
Predominantly black.
Yeah.
And we would go to do field trips together,
Yeah.
and they would come to our school.
Yeah, I love
we would
that
go to
shit.
their school. It was the best.
I loved that shit.
It was the best, and
Yeah.
I understand what the purpose of all of it was. It was
What?
just kind of showing how different cultures work and worship. And when we went to their church and they had a black Jesus on the wall, I
Blew
was
your
like,
mind.
"Who's this guy? Who's this guy?" I didn't like. I'd always seen like black gospel church on TV and everything. But Catholic Church, we don't have that kind of soul, bud.
Yeah.
We celebrate All Souls Day, okay? All right? But we do not dance at church. We go to Central Catholic for a service, and, dude, same songs that we're used to singing.
No.
Except...
Hot. Oh, no. No. It was the Seinfeld.
And someone was singing Eagle's Wings over the top of it. They had a drum kit. I mean, they had a keyboard player.
That's how you do
and
it.
motherfuckers were getting loose. And I was like, guys, they believe what we believe.
Take a little bit of this home.
Can we do this? And I get it. Like, listen,
No.
our music was based on what our music director could do. Our music director was basically
mine.
the Carpenters. She was,
Ours was a 110-year-old woman. God love her. She probably had Parkinson's or she had shakes. She shook real bad.
Okay.
And she was.
But she
Mrs.
stayed in
Schmitz.
time?
No, Miss Schmidt. She was.
Or was she just playing everything
you
like
couldn't look at her.
Like real fast.
But she was like, oh, and it was one of those things where you start shaking with her. And
No, you wouldn't.
I swear to God, it was that intense. When she would get behind those piano keys, she was like,
That's awesome.
Killed it. No joke. Like she would play
That's
slow
awesome.
songs, fast songs. Mrs. Schmidt was the shit. She was amazing. I had forgotten all about that chick, but she was, and she'd sit up at Saint.
Kessler, you're the
at
worst.
St. Boniface. She'd sit up in the balcony, hovering over everybody, like
you guys have an
like
organ?
Alice Cooper
you guys have
above
an
the
organ?
crowd. Oh, did we have?
We had a
an
badass organ. But like it would only get played every now and then, like early morning
she would
services.
hit that mother, dude.
I'd love to learn how to play like just a big ass pipe organ, bud. That'd be awesome. Brian Kessler, that is a hilariously terrible joke.
She was good on the tambourine. Probably
was.
And she was good at all the instruments. We've been talking about sex and drugs and rock and roll, baby. Got a cool story for you, though.
All right, give it to me.
There's, St. Louis is always like, and how about Tommy Pham? Did you hear about that?
Heard he got stabbed. San Diego?
Not in St. Louis, bro. Not in St. Louis, bro. I made a tweet about it.
If I had, I saw it. If I had to guess, it's because Tommy Pham was running his fucking mouth.
Well, he told guys to get away from his car.
Oh, yeah. Well.
So I was like, what? That's good for St. Louis. So he didn't get stabbed in St. Louis. I'm going to say it. Oh, and I do want to talk about Petrangelo maybe for a minute.
Do it.
Okay, but this story real quick. Project connects St. Louis artists to home ownership. Okay. The goal is to complete 20 new units. Vacant St. Louis homes will be transformed into affordable housing for artists through a nonprofit called the St. Louis Art Place Initiative.
Okay.
The nonprofit has acquired 25 parcels in Gravois Park neighborhood in South City and has plans to develop 20 units for affordable housing and green spaces. How about that, bud? Any of our little artist friends out there listening, you can go ahead and get yourself a little home here. The housing will be a mix of rehabilitated homes and new construction. St. Louis artists will be able to purchase them, giving them a path to build wealth and equity, which is the mission of the St. Louis Art Place Initiative.
There's actually some pretty sweet
cool
spots over in the Gravois Park
area.
Hell
yeah, dude.
So that could really
our
be
city
something
is
pretty neat.
dope.
Dude, there is so much. I was down this past weekend. I was down on Cherokee, and then I went down to Bluewood Brewing, stopped by Max Local Eats, grab a couple of burgers on Sunday morning, and I do take for granted how much just cool. I mean, this St. Louis was the spot, bud. I know, and I saw where the limp fell apart. Yeah, it's right there by Bluewood, so it's like right where Cherokee basically dead ends.
Yeah.
It all kind of fell down there, but there is so much cool history, especially when thinking about the westward expansion.
Tommy probably didn't see it coming. He has eye problems. This guy's on.
He's
one
on
today.
one today.
Oh my God.
Kess is on one today.
Okay, we're gonna talk a little blues talk, a little Petrangelo talk. What do you think?
I think the Blues are going to be a better offensive team next year.
Let's get your just armchair expert. Do you think we should have signed him? Petrangelo signed for 8 years, $8.8 million, I think.
No, I don't think so. How old is he?
He's not. It wasn't much more than he's 31.
What'd they get Krug for? And I understand
less.
Krug's a different player. Krug's a smaller guy, probably a better offensive player.
Way smaller. He is 6.5 average annual value, 45.5 million, 7 year.
That's $20 million less than Petrangelo for a guy that was a better.
Let me look up
player.
Petrangelo's. But yeah, I mean, but Petrangelo brought a cup here.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, bud.
I understand.
Okay, guy. So what do you? I mean, he's going
to. Who was the other?
So his is 7 years, 61. 7 year.
Dude, that's a lot of cap space. That's a lot of difference.
And the cap's going down. His is an annual value of 8.8.
Yeah,
so
I mean that's a huge amount of money when you're talking about a sport that has cap space. And as awesome as Petrangelo is, Torrey Krug is probably a better offensive player, and he makes your fucking the Blues power play has been garbage. Yes, it has. It's impossible to watch. They look ridiculous out there compared to every team they play. Always. It's always a bunch of bumbling idiots bouncing a puck around like they have no idea what they're doing. And then I see this other team, and it's like, oh, flying V formation. And they're kicking
our power play
our power play is dog
got
shit,
better.
And I hate watching it. And Torrey Krug's going to make it better.
Torrey Krug is the probably top 3 offensive defenseman.
But he's a little guy. Now, what about
the Blues are doing some weird stuff?
Goonie guy that they got.
Oh, Kyle Clifford. Fuck that guy. Fuck Torrey Krug. Fuck Kyle
you got
and fuck
that's over.
Petrangelo.
That's over.
Yeah, I know. Once they put on the jersey.
Once they put on the note, bud.
I'll put all that crap behind me. I think Petrangelo, he can go. If he would have been smart, he could have taken about 6.5, 7. Maybe we could move some other pieces around. We could have kept him. Okay, we got a lot of guys in.
Yeah, I mean he listen. I never have a problem with someone getting paid in professional sports, but he also plays a part in this, right? Like, this is a sport. Unlike baseball, this is a sport that has a cap.
Yes.
And if you're trying to hold a unit together and put a competitive product out there, then you ultimately, a guy like Pietrangelo gets to make the decision whether or not he wants to take a little bit less and keep a unit together, keep competing where he's at, or go to
Vegas.
Go and get $3 million more a year somewhere else, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's $24 million. You know how much money $24 million is to a millionaire? It's $24 million, bud. It's a lot of money. You can do a lot of good with it. You know, I have no problem with people taking the money. I'm Craig
with
Kohler,
you.
non-hockey guy.
I haven't heard that in so long.
And you know, it just in the little bit that I know, I think I'll tell you this. I remember watching the Stanley Cup with you, and I remember feeling nervous when Boston was on the power play.
Yeah.
You know, and Torrey Krug was a big part of that.
Yep, he was terrible. Terrible to play against, which I love guys like that. Clifford, same way. When Clifford was going in his prime with the Kings, tough guy to play against. The Blues are forming a team. Remember a few years ago, I kept saying the Blues don't have an identity.
And then they became bangers.
And then we became a blue-collar team. We got Ryan O'Reilly. We had the big offseason. We brought Perron back.
Guy.
Schenner is the team heart. He's
He
tough.
could make a case for him to wear the C.
You 100 million %. I would also like to talk about the C. Now the C is gone, okay? You think O'Reilly is the spot it goes. It goes on O'Reilly. He's the hardest working guy in the room. Here's my thought process behind that. O'Reilly's already acting like the C's on his chest no matter what.
Sure.
Is there somebody you can put that
elevate
C on?
somebody by putting the C on their chest?
Can you get?
I don't think Schenner's a guy that needs it either. I think he's.
I don't think Schenner needs it.
20 mile an hour.
I think it comes down to maybe Perron or
Vladdy?
Schwartzy.
You put it on Vladdy.
Vladdy's done. He's gonna be gone. He's done
From his surgery?
He's
out?
I'm worried that he's done.
Never going to
forever.
play again.
Yeah.
How many years left on his contract?
I don't think it matters if he's injured, but maybe 2 or 3.
No. I understand. We wouldn't have to pay it out. My question is if he missed next season, will we still have a couple seasons with him?
Let's look it up right now. Tarasenko contract. He's also maybe 29, 30.
Is he that old?
He signed an 8-year, $60 million contract. Ooh, that's nice, man. I wish I made that kind of jack. Yeah, no.
Cheap.
Old boy's been getting it done. He's with us through 2023, it looks like.
They're saying he's out until middle of February.
2022, 2023, he becomes an unrestricted free agent.
Okay.
When he's 31. So he is only shit.
So who do you think
He's
benefits the
only
most?
28.
Schwartzy?
I think Schwartzy or Perron. I think he maybe put it on Perron.
Listen, I'm a Frenchie fan.
I think he's a knucklehead. I think it brings...
I think he's an asshole.
And I
think that's what I love about him.
Oh, for sure. He's got no problem making you look like a dickhead, for real. And he's a burr in the saddle of every team he plays. So I think
Schwartzy kind of is too, though. Schwartzy's like
Totally.
he's that guy that you're like, God, this little piss.
But I don't know if Schwartzy putting the C on him has the mental game that if you put it on Perron and say you've been all around the league, bud, you've been playing with all these guys,
player with the C on his chest.
You might get, I'm not shitting you, the top goal scorer in the league by putting the C on his chest. No shit. The way that guy has learned
a lot of these really weird mental things.
Dude,
attached
hockey
to it
is
that
the weirdest,
is
man.
just-
Goalies, all goalies, weirdest mental things you'll ever. There's only a few goalies that are like year after year you can count on them.
Yeah, that's
most
what
of the
makes
time it's
Juan
like
Brodeur crazy.
it's like who's hot.
Yeah.
Who's hot right now? You got the backup. He's running. Okay, we just won a Stanley Cup with Benny.
Benner caught lightning.
Oh, dude, and he'll be good. And now we'll see Ville Husso step up. But back to Pietrangelo. I never
did Allen go?
fucking liked the guy. Montreal.
Okay.
Which is fine. We only got like a couple picks for him, but we're clearing up room. I could see Armstrong. Armstrong says he's done, and I think done is probably gone because they're gonna have to sign him. So we're gonna have to move some more pieces around. But we have some D in the league. Like there's a guy. I'm gonna get his name right now. Scott Perunovich.
Who we got coming up? We can be excited about.
We got Klim Kostin, who's probably gonna make the team. You could see Thomas centering the top line. And Thomas, I'm going to tell you right now, there's no one in the league who skates like Robert Thomas with the puck. No one in the league.
Even
Patrick
Connor McDavid?
Kane at his prime. Connor McDavid doesn't do what Robert Thomas does. Connor McDavid is fast
wheels,
as shit, and he beats the defense either outside or inside, and the defense has no idea how to catch up to this dude. He just beats him, and his game will slow down in a few years. Once he slows down, he'll have to figure it out. What Robert Thomas does, he'll have to figure it out too. He cuts on a dime like no one you'll see in the league. He can turn and spin out of almost every situation like no one. Patrick Kane is the closest guy. He can keep the puck. He'll skate around the offensive zone a whole circle, and you're like, get the fuck. In the NHL, a dude can skate around 9
Take
other
the puck
dudes.
from the guy.
Shit, but he could. And if you try to reach out, guess what? He's putting a move on. Because hockey's not really about moves. How many individual moves can you make?
Sure.
Get the puck to the net, get a rebound, get a fucking goal. You don't need to be pretty about everything.
Sure.
Kane could do that, and Robert Thomas can do that. He is unbelievable. What the Blues are starting to do, and this Perunovic, he's only 5'9". We have like in remember the Nintendo game where you get to pick like your player sizes, medium, real skinny, or fat guy, and they all each had their advantages. I remember how the Cardinals did it, where they started to play baseball differently and find guys with analytics differently. I feel like that might be what's happening with Armstrong, that he is finding guys who are 5'9",
they're undervalued
to
by the market.
5'10", realizing the game's changing,
getting faster,
getting real fast. A lot of these young kids in the league are fast. They're not hitting each other, the 18 to the 23-year-olds. All of those guys are gone. Like the tough guys are more older, 33-year-old, and those guys weren't
do you
even.
Think that's why we won a cup, though? Like because everybody was going fast, and we're like, we're going to body you.
We had the perfect combination.
Also, can Chief coach that kind of team?
Chief is going to get work out of people, and what we've done, all we're finding, our draft picks. If you look at their. And we just had the draft, which we got this guy Neighbors, which was kind of an off-the-wall pick, whatever. But all of the guys the Blues are looking for are high motor guys. Just he plays off the charts.
That's
with his
fun.
heart. That's it. That's it. Seems to be the number one characteristic they're looking for in people, and that's why Kostin's kind of interesting because. He has a big motor, but he's Russian and kind of he'll flip off the crowd. He'll flip off the Canadian crowd.
Would be a fucking man.
That was my next point. I was going to get back to Pietrangelo. Pietrangelo, fuck him. I didn't like him. At the end of that concert, I was like, "What's up, dude?" He's like,
"I'm busy.
Get out of here." Lumineers or something.
You were at Lumineers.
Yeah, and I was like, "Dude, what's up?" I was like, "Congratulations." He's like,
the limo.
And I was like, "Mind if I get a selfie with you real quick?" He's like, "No." And close the door, and then I just have this blob picture of him inside the SUV.
Who was he with?
He was with Oscar Sundquist.
Sonny.
And Sundquist was having a good old time laughing.
I think Sonny's my guy.
You and Sonny would have a whole...
I'm a big Sonny fan.
When
he killed that guy? Remember when he killed that guy?
Killed him.
That was my favorite moment of the Stanley Cup.
Everybody thought he was dead.
He's dead.
And he's like, oh,
sorry.
Look at me.
I'm big.
So Oscar Sundquist, I was like, you look like Oscar Sundquist. You are Oscar Sundquist. And he's like,
I am, and I'm hammered.
And I was like, that's Alex Pietrangelo. And everyone around me is like, okay, dickhead. Was it before or after they had won the cup? After? Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, so Pietrangelo, get out of here. Fine. I never liked the guy as a captain. I never did.
Hey, he never had any nuts
He don't have a set. He is a damn good defenseman.
Yeah.
Damn good. One of the best puck handling defensemen I've seen since Nick Lidstrom. And Nick Lidstrom used to piss me off.
But you're not losing there with Torrey Krug, right? Like,
if you look,
losing in size,
one stark difference I saw in their stats is Torrey Krug blocks like 50 or 60 shots a year. Pietrangelo's blocking about 130.
Yeah, I mean,
a big deal.
That's a big deal.
A little
you're going to get a little bit out of that other cat.
But a big deal. What you're going to need to do is say, hey, Parayko.
Yeah, be a man, dude.
You're our number one guy now, bud. Like, you can be a number one.
If you put a C on him, would he take a slap shot?
That's what I wondered, too. That's what I wondered, too. And we're going to see if Falk can rise to the occasion.
He was supposed to be.
He was the
when they got
Petrangelo of
him-
Carolina. That's what he was.
When they
touted
got
as.
him, they
he
were
was their
talking about how
Petrangelo.
he is going to be.
And we signed him for 6.5, I think.
Okay,
so he's making
so
as
we're
much as
good.
Krug.
We're good. We're fine. We're fine.
I think the Blues are going to be in real good shape. You're going to see Thomas be. I think he could, if he stays healthy, he could lead the league in points. Really? I think you could see a guy like
Isn't
Kyrou.
that crazy? Like losing a guy like Tarasenko, who the rest of the league acknowledges as our gunslinger.
Yep.
And when he wants to, that's what fucking
He's the
drives
best
you
shot in
crazy.
the league when he wants to be.
It's what's crazy about him is like, there are a handful of guys that are like just next level. When they want to, they're going to do what they want to do on the ice. You tell the story about how Hull was like, I'm going to end this game.
Yes.
Right now.
Yeah.
Ovechkin is that. Dude, sometimes Ovechkin does stuff, and Sidney Crosby was that way.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
there are dudes that when they want to,
They will it.
I'm going to make you look like an idiot, and I'm going to end this stupid game. And there are times when as a casual hockey observer, not a hockey guy, I would watch Tarasenko, and I'm like, why don't you just do that all the time, bud? It's like Happy Gilmore hitting a hole in one the first time. It's like, well, that was easy. Why don't I just do that all the time? Like, yeah, good idea.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, because he looks
But
like
you lose a guy like that, and you still potentially have a leading point scorer. And you were just talking about Perron potentially being the leading goal scorer. Like there, and Kyrou is
that's the next
20
guy.
years old, 19 years
You
old.
could see him score 20, 25 goals this year. That would be a big step in the right direction because that kid's got it too.
And you lose a guy like Petrangelo, but you add that much more offense with Krug, and guess what? You beat everybody 6-3. Maybe that's just what your game becomes. But I will.
That's
say
what
this.
Tampa Bay did.
As a casual hockey observer, a non-hockey guy, it's really frustrating when you're a big team and the other team is just so much faster than you. But when you're a little team, speed can kind of be slowed down with sets and formations. When you're a little guy and a big team just starts leaning on you and just getting you in the boards.
Sure.
That is so defeating as a fan when you're just watching things. That's where the puck goes to die. They're just going to
and then they'll get a shitty goal where it
yeah.
bounces off somebody and goes in.
They're just banging around.
Yep.
And that's what, honest to God, like just watching the Blues their cup run, I'm like, God, they look so sloppy on power plays. And
Yeah.
like
Yeah, we did.
The puck's bouncing around, but I'll be damned if there's not just enough of a train wreck in front of the goal.
Yeah.
That somebody's going
Maroon.
to. And we had a couple of guys that were real good at getting a stick. Petrangelo was actually pretty good at that.
Yeah.
Getting a stick on it, redirecting a slap shot or wrist shot.
Petrangelo would be shooting the puck from out at the top of the
Who's
point.
the dude that was it? Maybe it was Schwartzy. I don't know.
Schwartzy can
yeah,
tip the hell
Schwartzy
out.
he'll
Yeah.
just take it out of the air.
Schwartzy is one of the
and
best.
then go the other way with it.
It's amazing how they can tip. Pavelski he's unbelievable. The guy has perfected the art.
watched, I think,
He
O'Reilly
was like,
in a.
he'll be half guarded and be poking his stick out and get a touch of it. It's unbelievable what the guy can do. He's turned it into an art.
He's
He's changed
cool.
the game.
And that's
when
what
it comes to tipping.
that is so defeating when you got a team that's filled with skill guys. But if there's nobody in the league that has that team, that's the whole thing. Is I think that there's always going to be one team that's playing a different style of the game, no matter what the sport is, and they're going. When the greatest show on turf started doing what they did in football, people were like, the game of football has not been the same since 1999. Mike Martz changed the game of football. And, to its detriment as far as I'm concerned. But, man, as a fan, was it fun to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit, was it fun to watch.
Yeah.
Football's changed ever since then. Like
it was the funnest thing to watch. It was the funnest. It was like Madden.
It was playing a video game.
Yes, dude,
it was people playing a video game.
We got a text on the text line. Brian Kessler says Krug and Clifford will put some fire in this lineup, and that's exactly what they'll do.
Okay,
they're both feisty guys.
Get me fired up,
and
bud.
that's what Petrangelo did
I don't know. When is the
not
hockey
have.
season starting, by the way? 'Cause
January.
Normally it would be starting like now, right?
Yeah, January.
Okay.
I don't know what
Are they going to play in the bubble again as of now, I guess?
I don't know.
Dude,
they can't. They cannot
can't
do
do
that
it.
for a whole season.
You can't do it.
You can't. It's weird. The Dallas Stars lost, and I couldn't
At some point, we're
any
going to-
happier that they were lived in that bubble for so long and then have nothing to show for
Because
it.
it was Dallas.
I hate them so much. Jamie Benn, has the most punchable face
next to Danny Diamonds
ever born. No, I'd make love to Danny Diamonds before that face gets me every time. That one I don't like, and I don't like that one at all. But yeah, we got so Costin. It just you look like an asshole. Costin, and then we got he's a feisty Russian. And then apparently
do we have him? Or that's just
he's coming up. He's going to come up. He's going to be fighting for a chance. But here's what you do: you get a lineup that's big, and you get a lineup that's fast. That's what's good about good hockey teams. They got a
banger line.
They got a line that they can swap out some hustlers for some
scrappers.
Yeah, exactly. Or
some
some skill guys,
just
scrappy,
greasy,
scrappers,
greasy grinders.
So that's sports with Steve and Craig.
That was fun, man.
We
Thanks
do
for doing
sports
that for
stuff.
me.
Chief demands everything out of
Brian.
his boys with no excuses. That's how we won the cup. These are all pro athletes, and heart will win over talent the majority of the time. Every player on the team wanted the puck on their sticks that time and wanted the game winner. This Gunnarsson goal in OT, the cup is.
If I'm going to get Joe Hamilton takes, I'm going to get it from Joe Hamilton's mouth.
He's stealing Joe Hamilton's
He's
stuff.
stealing Joe. You've been watching Crunch Time
Wow.
with Wags,
That's weak, dude.
and you're stealing Joe Hamilton's jokes. And I don't appreciate it.
I don't appreciate that.
I don't appreciate it one bit.
So I think the Blues are going to be okay, bud. No, I think we're going to be real
Yeah.
good. And I could see us doing something weird and getting like a Mike Hoffman. I don't know if he's off the board yet, but he's a skilled winger.
I'm more excited about how Army goes about his off seasons than Mozeliak does.
Army is
I mean, I know we're not to hot
he
stove
imposes
season yet.
himself.
I know we're not to hot stove season
I don't
yet.
want to talk about the shit Mozeliak has done because the players who have left the Cardinals are evaluating talent program or something.
Something's lacking. There's
an amiss somewhere
between the front office and coaching and player development.
If I see a Rosarina hit another home run, I'm going to put my glands on the table again. And let you hit it, okay? I'm not. It's messed up.
Well,
and
we
Voit,
knew he was going to be a stud, and Luke Voit. We didn't have that one's a little easier for me to swallow, just because we didn't have a spot for Luke Voit.
We didn't.
Not really. We didn't because we had fucking Paul Goldschmidt. Like, where we're going to put Luke Voit before we didn't know about the DH when we let go of Luke Voit.
You keep Luke Voit on your team, bud. Move him to third.
I'd have kept him as a bat. He's a dangerous bat.
We had him before we got Goldschmidt, though. I'm saying we could negates the Goldschmidt signing. We could have done other things.
Yeah.
I love Goldie, though.
Yeah, dude.
That was good.
But it sucks that
bow tie can suck.
Well, I mean, dude,
don't do it. Don't put your cardigan around.
Luna was the talent.
Yeah.
And I mean, but here's the thing: it's not a lack of talent being drafted. It's the player development. What is happening with guys that the whole league sees? I mean, our pitching pretty much comes through if they can stay healthy, right?
I guess.
I think Flaherty will get there. I'm glad that he had his sophomore slump in a shortened season.
I honestly don't know enough about the Cardinals to really make it.
But there is a real problem. It's this doubling down. Like, okay, it's the first head scratcher. Like, I have no problem with the Fowler signing because we needed somebody to get on base. We needed a top of the lineup guy. The extension to Carpenter was absurd. That was the first time where I was like, ooh, Mo, I'll go to bat for you a bunch. What the fuck are you doing? And I love Carpenter when
he was on the down tick.
When his bat played at second base, but he ain't a fucking corner guy, and he ain't that kind of money for that corner guy. Mo has this weird loyalty to mediocre players. The Bader experiment, that can be done now. That can just be finished. It can be finished forever. But in the meantime, keeping people.
His defense, though, dude.
But it's not that great. It's not that great.
It is. It's the best in the league.
It's fine.
That's what they said last.
Doesn't play though.
Last year, it
doesn't play
the best
214
in the history of mankind. They released I'm not shitting you. They released like some stats that said he is the best defender in the history
I've
of
seen
baseball.
far better center fielders.
No, StatCast.
I don't care.
Oh, you're going with the eye test, old Clint Eastwood?
I'm going with the eye test. The eye test wins.
Oh, hey, you can't see anymore, Clint. How'd you tell that pitcher was throwing that pitch? I could hear it.
I heard it, man.
That movie is great.
I don't care if Harrison Bader goes over. Actually, if he saved runs at even remotely the clip that offset his fucking hitting a $180 with no power, just a little punch and Judy hitter.
It's going to be the Dodgers and Stros again in the World Series? Or the Rays and Braves?
Braves are a good little squad.
The Braves are great. They got that one guy. What was his name? He led the league in home runs this year. Marshall Alzana. Marshall Anand.
Yeah, we should have taken a flyer on a guy like that. You know, whenever they thought about grabbing that Marshall,
it's the sleeve, man.
Yeah, whenever they got him,
neon green
there was this other guy that they were trying to get both of them. They're trying to get this guy, Christ Ian.
Yeah.
Yelling.
Yeah, no, he wasn't very good.
Awful.
He wasn't. They said this guy will never win an MVP. What they said.
Yeah,
not even come close to.
This guy is. Compared to Harrison Bader.
Crown.
Compared to Harrison Bader.
Compare him to Harrison Bader.
And then look me in the eyes and tell me you want Christ Ian.
That's a human dingleberry's name.
Yeah, who that guy isn't.
Guys,
idiot.
I don't even know what a dingleberry is anymore.
I
forgot what it was because I've been spraying my ass with a Tushy. Guys, put in the code Stephen Craig on your Tushy website, and you order one, and you can have a clean anus too.
Okay, Elise, I'm glad you got us on track because I was feeling the same thing. She's not a big she's not ho-so sports savvy, so she'll just wait for the jizz jokes. How dare you?
The giz jokes. I like it spelled with a G.
I like a
soft
good soft G.
I love
a
a
soft G when we're talking about
jizz, baby. Do we have Alan loaded up?
I mean, we can.
Do we have it? I think it's in there. She wants Alan. We'll give her Alan.
All right, fine.
We'll do it. No, they weren't. How long was that off? They missed all that?
They missed all of your jizz talk, dude.
They missed the jizby about the frisbee?
Tell them about the jizby.
Well, I was saying you can put jizz on a frisbee, and you call it a jizzby, and you throw it to your friends, and they're like, man, why is this thing covered in jizz, Steve? And I'm like, it's a jizzby. Ha ha ha. And then they're like, they're just licking the frisbee clean. Thank you, Steven, for your delicious gift.
Jesus.
It's almost the end of the show, man. We only have like 7 minutes left. I thought I'd go ahead. Oh, look at this guy. This is great. I am just wondering, where's Alan? You know, like I'm just thinking about that in my head. Guys, you can find us on Periscope and listen to it in your back pocket. You can say, what? I'm walking down the street. I'm going to the gym. I'm hanging out with my friends. I want to listen to you in my back pocket, man. And then you go, okay, sounds good. Put on Periscope, and there it is, Periscope on an app. You got to download that app, though, not Twitter, guys. App, Periscope, boop, dope, doop, got it. Okay, now I'm listening, jip-japping around town. Here we go. Whoop, 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 whoop. That's how you can help us. Download Periscope app, okay? I got a lot of stock in the company, and it's not looking good right now, okay? We're on the gram sometimes. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're on that Twitch. Guys, you can find us anywhere. We have a morning show. 2 guys just out here laying it all on the line, okay, for you. That's what we're doing for you. So the least you can do for us is download Periscope, for the love of Christ. I'm just kidding. I shouldn't have used his name in vain. Just walked by Ben when talking about the Jizbee, and he's laughing his ass off.
Listen, if it plays with the kids, it plays with us, dude.
Time to take a Hoosier Spunk. Hoosier Sophisticate dab. Crystallize, concentrate. He's crystallized his own jizz and smoking it like a dab.
Alan, you got anything for Elise?
Desktop? Yeah.
Hello, Elise. Thank you for your interest in Jizz Facts. Message Alan to Hoosier Sophisticate on Facebook to hear encyclopedic knowledge of ejaculate. Jizz baby. Opalescent Weblick Doppel Putty. Supreme Spunk. Jizz ZZZZZZZZZZ.
He answered. You wanted some Alan jizz?
You want some...
and you
want
got
some
it.
opalescent oobleck?
I couldn't understand. I was like, I need to rewind that because my face.
Pearl putty?
Sure do.
Supreme Spunk baby. He's a goddamn mess. I'm tired. I am sick and tired. I'm sick and damn tired. What are you doing? Just guzzling.
Giving the people at home a little thing.
Yeah, right on.
Man, I feel like I just took acid. When I drink a lot of water, since I don't need it at all.
Sorry.
When I drink a lot, it's like, whoa, everything's bright in here.
Yeah, that's called.
And I took acid earlier.
Functioning eyes.
Oh yeah, that's weird, man. That's weird. I need that. I have been trying to drink more water because on that show, The Wilderness, they see their pee. The island. Thank you. They pee in these cups sometimes.
Do they drink it? They drink it?
No.
Because Bear Grylls is a piss drinking.
Oh, he's a freak about it. He drinks everybody else's.
Dude, what is his deal?
He's like, what?
He's like asparagus? How dare you?
You need to add more liver to your diet.
Asparagus before today.
You need more grubs. That's what he does. But no, these people's pee is so dark. And I'm like, man, I never drink water. And my pee is never that dark. And then I go, wait a minute. I'm peeing in a toilet mixed with water. And it still looks like curry. Is that bad?
Yellow curry? Okay, all right. Just want to make sure.
A little red. A little cayenne pepper in there.
Guys, I'm sure glad that you decided to spend 3 hours with us this morning.
I am fucking crying.
We don't know what we're doing yet, but we're having fun doing it.
I know exactly what I'm doing right now.
I'm teaching all of the 13-year-old boys how to really nail the girl of their dreams.
Yeah, and
by nail, I mean like get them to be your girlfriend, not.
Yeah, Jesus.
Poor choice of words. Poor choice of words.
Like nailed to the cross, like Jesus in the Stations of the Cross.
This is how it was. This is how I was always wondering how they, because they have this Jesus character carrying the cross for the Stations of the Cross, like he's kind of.
What is it? A styrofoam board? Because it can't be a real piece of wood.
It's thin. It's thin.
It's wood.
It's wood, bud. They got a kid carrying.
I wish I was Jesus. Like,
I'm like, let's be honest. I'm the only one that's got the strength to wield that cross.
I'm gonna be a priest one day.
Guys, let me use the strength of the Lord to carry.
You ever seen one of these?
Seen one of those, bud? Huh? For those at home, I'm flying the Freedom Rockets again. So I'm like, how are they gonna do the crucifixion scene?
Oh,
and I'll never forget it. Matt Spencer goes up there, and he's really just been selling the Jesus, selling it.
Yeah.
Not in a wig. We're just kind of dressed like people dress.
Okay. Didn't have much of a budget.
Not a big budget. We're just kind of going through the motions. But this kid is selling it, man. And maybe that was in the rehearsal. Maybe he did have a wig for like show night for the prime time.
I would hope
Holy Thursday,
so.
We're going through this thing.
Oh, I hope so.
And he's standing there, and I remember the lights were off, and the sun was shining through the skylight on the dome that was over our altar.
Damn. Little piece of the cross inside your altar, too, because there's a little piece of the cross in everybody's.
Well, there's a relic. There's a holy relic.
No, it's a real part of the cross.
In ours. Oh, really? I mean, that's legit. Sometimes it's saints' bones. I don't remember what was Resurrection's relic.
Really?
Probably looked it up. I'll bet you there's a website that tells you what all the church's relics are.
Sweet.
Pretty neat. Let's do it. Let's do that tomorrow. Let's guess what the school's relics were. Because St. Gabe's was like a 401k from like the year 212. Yeah. It was like it's a holy. I'm sorry. Anyway, so that was an inside joke for the South City guys.
You're proving
everybody that's watching. Yeah. I love stereotypes. I live in stereotypes, but they exist for a reason.
What are you talking about?
So this kid is up there, and I'm like, how are they going to crucify him? And he says, I'll never forget it. I will never forget this moment. I don't even know. I thought I forgot it until I just remembered it, and I remember it so vividly that there was this boy standing on the middle of the thing in front of a packed house. All right? And he's like in a woman respecter.
No, he's not.
And he's in like red and white polka dot boxers. And he says, Father, into your hands I commend my spirit. And then there were 3 loud bangs. And he's standing kind of wide-legged, right? And all of a sudden there's bang!
Oh, yes.
Bang! Bang! And I'll be damned if this kid didn't move me, bud. One of the most... He sold that performance. Might as well have been Daniel Day-Lewis up there. Okay? One of the most impressive acting performances ever. I've never seen someone imaginarily crucified so convincingly.
You gotta have a good repartee with the guy doing the solid bang noises too.
I mean, dude,
you gotta have a rhythm.
Swah, swah.
Yeah, you
and
gotta
like both of them were like,
yeah, nailed it. That's a 2-man.
As soon as that thing was over, they go backstage and. Guys, thank you for spending your mornings with us. We're going to start your day with a meditation, with a little motivation. This shit gets people killed in other countries.
You can't do what we do here.
Sweet Leaf makes it possible for us to make the most outrageous content we can think of with as little preparation as possible daily. This is what
major
I'm
sponsor
getting
to
at.
this.
This is what I'm getting at too. Thank you for doing that, brother. You go ahead and do your thing.
Sweet Leaf, they don't want to be known as people who do good things because they're not into it. They really don't. They donate and contribute to everything, but they're like, you keep my damn name out of your mouth.
Face. Listen, I can't be that attached to you.
Oh yeah, no. But they don't want to, like, hey, I'm doing this to be good. This shirt's awesome in this thing.
Yeah, it really is.
Aiden's Alliance. It's October 17th. Aiden's Alliance, October 17th. Why don't I just do this? Guys, superhero. Have a party. Have a little party.
Have a
Watch
little party.
us
I'm
have
trying
a
to.
party.
Let's see if I can pull
hearts.
this up here real quick, bud.
Open up your hearts. Open up your wallets. Open up your... And we're going to have a good time. We always have really good times. All the times. We're going to dress up. We're going to have some fun and games. This is Craig and I's first telethon. You guys want to be a part of it or what? Jesus, Lord Almighty.
Hang on a second.
That
Sorry
scared
about
me.
you,
It scared me the
about you.
dickens. Okay. Oh, we're going to play this? Let's do this. Craig's on the fly, and I love it. He's got... Oh! How about Seth and Mike, when they saw that you had control of the computer over here, they're like...
What do I do now?
They just walked around in the parking lot like this. Until we were like, guys, back in the building.
Here, bud.
Back in the building, buds.
Let's do this.
Hit him with it. Fired up, bro. Fired up for this weekend.
It's going to be
I'm
awesome.
excited.
People
Bringing
need to
the
get
kids.
on the link that we posted that video on our page. You can get tickets to take part in the auction for Aiden's Alliance.
Get
There's watch
tickets.
parties everywhere.
Take
Get your
part.
tickets today.
Get tickets.
Get
take
in.
part of the auction.
We're gonna have a good old time.
Yes.
We're gonna make. Everybody's gonna make everybody laugh.
We're gonna
feature
3 hours
some kids as superheroes. Everybody's supposed to dress up.
No, it's
as
gonna be a
superheroes.
lot of me.
No, it's not.
Be a lot of me.
I'm
that night.
keeping the camera on the children because I.
Do you guys want to know what I want to
gets
be, or
rated.
should I keep it a seeky?
I think you should keep it a seeky.
Okay, I'll keep it a little seeky.
Steve, it's that time.
It's that time.
We invite you to let your friends know that there's a different way to wake up in the mornings.
Different way.
Maybe you want to download the podcast, give it a review. Maybe you want to try it on Periscope tomorrow and listen to it in the background so you don't have to keep it open on your phone.
Yeah.
That's possible too. Whatever it is that you want to do, we hope that you'll join us in some capacity and get a little bit of value out of 3 hours in the morning with a couple of weirdos willing to talk about the crazy stuff.
End of the show.
We love you.
Listen, guys. What did I say? It's like get good.
Say it, buddy.
Guys. Get weird. Get blessed. What did I say? It was good. Get awesome. Get open. Get weird. Get open. Make the world a little brighter. We both decided that our send-off was going to be get weird. Get open. Make the world a little better, right?
I could have swore we decided it was cowabunga.